Chats lit up like a pentakill. Outplays Flash with Faker skill. Dragon Soul or Elder buff. Win or lose, we've had enough. 3, 2, 1, the spawn gates rise. Red side, blue side, clash of lives. No AFK, no tilted rage. Just highlight reels on the big stage. We've been waiting all week for Fearless. Lock your picks, it's do or die. Baron calls and towers fall. Who'll be laughing when we take it all? Oh, it's League of Friends Fearless time. Monday slow, just farming gold. Tuesday's bans are getting old. Wednesday split, push, hold the line. Thursday scrims, we're looking fine. 22 teams, 3 divisions deep. Who's got the hands? Who's got the peak? From iron grit to challenger plays, the Nexus falls on fearless nights. We've been waiting all week for Fearless. Lock your picks, it's do or die. Baron calls and towers fall. Who'll be laughing when we take it all? Oh, it's League of Friends Fearless time. Chats lit up like a pentakill. Outplays Flash with Faker skill. Dragon Soul or Elder buff. Win or lose, we've had enough. 3, 2, 1, the spawn gates rise. Red side, blue side, clash of lives. No AFK, no tilted rage.
We're live. Hello. Hello, people. Welcome to the upper bracket game. Is this the last one for today? No, there's at least one more coming up, right? Yeah. All right. So welcome to the upper bracket game of Gank Sinatra versus Mexico Pokedex. Amazing. I don't think we have. We don't have profile pictures. Damn. We're just two voices in the void.
Yeah, well,
But yeah,
it'll
Yeah.
work.
it'll work. Yeah, I'm here with Twinkie. Hello, Twinkie.
Hello.
And we're going to be casting a fun game today. All right. So preliminary investigation. What do you think, Twinkie? What's gonna happen today? Who's your favorite?
I don't particularly have a favorite in this series. Gotta be honest. Both teams look really great, but for the picking, something that I've seen that might be played today is Vi, because both teams seem to like her quite a lot. Both junglers played her a little bit, so that might be something that we can expect to see in the series. And I also expect to see Savan playing either like Jinx or Vayne. Like, he has a lot of games on those two champions. Seems to be quite good on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remain on Vayne. Holy moly. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Jungle pools. Yeah. Mostly just Vi. That's overlapping. And I think I see a Jarvan as well. Nope. Never mind.
No, I think only
Okay,
she
so-
plays Sherman.
I think both teams are coming in with subs today as well. I'm pretty sure that Gank Sinatra's top lane is being replaced by Folix. And I believe Mexico Pokedex is putting the Sprigatito Charmed on ADC and having Trico sub in as the mid laner. All right. Yeah, those are the subs coming in. As we see a little overview of what's happening, of what they picked. Is this? I think some of the champions that Mexico Pokedex picked are not there. Oh, right, no, because they have a different mid laner. Right. My bad. Okay. Right. So, what do you think about the there's not really much to talk about the picks here. Because Mexico Pokedex hasn't played that much.
Yeah.
Vayne might be a contested pick because both people play it or played it as well.
I don't think the supports have too much overlap on their champion pool they actually play. But like the only one that I've seen, I think both supports played a little bit of Leona. But otherwise, their champion pool doesn't really overlap too much. Oh, there came the rel ban already.
Oh, we're in draft. Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're in
we
draft.
do. All right. Relban coming out. Elise banning on the other side from Gank Sinatra. Might be coming. They're afraid of the little poke. Oh, sorry, not the poke, the burst that Elise brings to the table. Poppy ban as well. Good overall ban. It takes away a lot of dashing champions' abilities to play the game. As Nidalee ban comes in as well. Have the junglers played Nidalee that much, or is that a Nidalee ban for himself?
I don't think I've seen him play Nidalee too much.
Okay.
I would lie if I say I knew, but it seems like a personal ban to me.
Yeah, it looks like a ban for next game. All right, as Lissandra and Wukong come out as well. Yeah, Wukong ban against Wukong just in general a pretty strong pick, and Lissandra shuts down a lot of those dashy champions as well in mid lane. As we see a Shen first pick coming up. What do you think? Is that going to be a top lane or a support Shen?
I mean, going from the stats, I would say it's probably going to be a top Shen. Except Pokedex has played a lot. Like Ivan has played a lot of Shen in the series.
True.
And in general, like
yeah, Ivan is a Shen enjoyer. That is very true. Be surprised if he doesn't go top.
do you believe it is his most played champion?
Most played. Holy moly.
At least in like recent history.
As the Renekton answer comes out immediately. Okay. So Ivan's got himself a little bit of a tough lane. Up against Fodex in the top lane. Let's see what else is going to get picked. A lot of AP gone or banned away on the side of Gank Sinatra. As Kiana does come out. Okay. Is Kiana still play jungle? I think it's only a mid lane now, right?
Mostly played mid lane as well. Like probably also has a lot of Kiana games. So I think that it's just a comfort pick.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what Mexico Pokedex answers with in the mid lane, or if they might delay the mid lane for a later pick. As we see a Vi coming out. Okay, that's probably going to go in the jungle.
Yeah.
You called it before. Vi was going to be a contested pick.
It was to be expected to come out, but I didn't expect her to be already in game one.
I mean, it wasn't banned. It's a pretty powerful pick. You can just select one person on the enemy team and say, you're not playing the game today. Fair. Good pick overall.
I mean, also quite good with the Shen in the same team to have like a quite
and
good.
And the Poppy ban as well to make her all that more useful. As we see a Mel coming out for either mid or support, probably mid. I'm not really a fan of the Mel as a champion in general, but I think Itikiana works quite well. You can block, I think, all of her abilities apart from the E.
You can block most of them, yes. And I think you can also dodge the stun when you actually use your reflect, even though you cannot deflect it.
Fair. As we see,
so it's quite a safe matchup.
A Nafiri coming out in the jungle for Gank Sinatra. Okay. Very AD heavy on Gank Sinatra over there. It's going to be a very happy Shen if he can stack some armor. And Vi as well, honestly. But we'll see. Oh, as we see a Caitlyn ban coming out, the bot lane's getting delayed for last picks as well, which usually doesn't happen.
For the ADCs, I don't really know what they're going to pick, but support, we might be able to see a Taric or a Leona in this game for Mexico Pokedex.
I'd love a Taric Vayne lane. As we see, Caitlyn and okay, yeah, Caitlyn's been banned. Ziggs has been banned. Jinx ban coming out. Good ban. Svante has indeed played. Oh yeah, Jinx. Svante has played a lot of Jinx. This might be a ban for himself.
Yeah, he has like a lot of games on Shanks in the last few days.
Fair, fair. As we see a Karma ban coming out as well. Fair. I don't like playing against Karma. She's way too powerful. Way too annoying with those massive shields. All right, Kai'Sa first pick coming out in bot lane. Gonna get answered with probably a bit of hard CC. Or maybe an Enchanter, who knows?
Leona would be quite a good pick here.
Yeah, I agree. Sivir. Sivir ADC. I do love Sivir. Sivir's one of my favorite ADCs. I play her a lot as well. Nice and safe lane. Just get this kill. And amazing in a teamfight stand later in the game. Also quite of a bully like in the early few levels. Due to your Q. But that is an interesting pick. All right. What do you think is going to be the last pick? 1 second left. And we get an Alistar. Safe, consistent, reliable, Alistar.
I don't know if it's actually coming through in this game, but I expect there to be a rel, at least at one point, for Gank Sinatra.
True, yeah. Rao is very favored by their support.
It's gonna be Tarek. Oh. So they pick Tarek away from Mexico Pokedex if they actually lock it in.
Okay. I mean, it's good against dive comps, right? And you do have a Shen and a Vi coming in on you. So it's not a bad pick here, honestly. All right. And they also picked almost in order, just the Kiana and then the Fury have to switch on the side of Gank Sinatra. And I think they picked in order on Mexico Pokedex as well. Amazing.
You don't see it too often.
All right. Looking at the team comps, who do you think's got the better one?
I do favor Mexico Pokedex in this matchup. Like, the top lane is going to be a little rough for Ivan with the Renekton matchup, but in general, I like the game plan from Mexico Pokedex of just poking a little bit with the mill and then having one engage on a single target, shutting it down, and going from there.
Yeah, fair. There's also a bit of a lack of magic damage on the side of Gank Sinatra. I'd imagine just Kai'Sa will be getting AP. Because otherwise that Shen and the Vi and the Alistar can just stack armor and be pretty much unkillable.
Yeah.
But I do agree that Mexico Pokedex has a bit of a better draft.
I mean, it's an easy like game plan to actually execute.
Yeah.
Like it's straight up.
They just have to click the buttons together and they execute it well. My ult's in, Shen ult's on her. Mel presses QE, maybe ult.
I think Gank
Sivir
Sinatra's
also
best
attacks,
bets in this game is just to, in generally, like win all the lanes and going from there and just executing the game plan better.
Yeah, they'd have to come. I think they have to come ahead early, otherwise it's going to be hard. But they did pick for that, right? You have a Renekton going into a Shen, you have a Nefiri going into a Mel. Kiana, I don't know how well the matchup is into Vi. I don't know if you win early. I'm not that much of a jungle player. And then Kai'Sa Tarek into Sivir Alistar.
Sure.
I think the Sivir Alistar have prior in the early game. Just because of the Sivir range.
In the early levels, yeah, sure. I'm not too sure about like the mid game and late game.
But we will see what happens, right? That's why we're here. To watch amazing games happen. Oh. As we're waiting for the spectator to lane. Alright. Oh no, they're picking their champions right now. Okay, this is gonna be... Right, we have 3 minutes to talk about stuff. Let's see.
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at the standings actually. Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
What do you like expect to happen in this game in general?
would I expect to happen in this game? Let's see. So I expect top lane to be in favor for Gank Sinatra in the early games. In the early game. Bot lane to be in favor of Mexico Pokedex. Mid and jungle jungle will probably just path opposite lanes, opposite sides of the map. And mid lane will very likely be very chill in the early game. And then as the game progresses, I don't know. It all depends on what the jungle decides to do, right? If they want to stack Drakes or if they want to go for Grubbies and fight over there. Because Gank Sinatra does have on paper, a lot better team in the early game. Wait, was that an Neferi mid and not an Neferi jungle?
We don't actually see it right now. It still might be both, because Kiana and Neferi both are jungle and mid characters.
Champions, yeah.
But
and I think Neferi has a bit of an easier time into Mel, no?
I actually think that Kiana has better chances.
We can look at the stats, actually. Alright, so Kiana is very favored into Mel. Holy, okay.
Like your abilities just come faster than Mel can block them or like reflect them back to you. And with the ultimate, you also have quite a bit of pressure.
is even more favored. Wait, both matchups are favored, so it doesn't really matter what they take. Neferi is slightly more favored at 53% win rate, 55, sorry, and Kiana's at 54. But both heavily skewed in the favor of Diana, of the assassin, which makes sense. Like squishy mage in the mid lane will have a hard time dealing with all-in attempts. But anyway, I want to take a look at the standings. Let's see. Gank Sinatra at 7 points. Mexico Pokedex at 5 points. This is pretty much, yeah, fighting out to the middle of the pack. Or to get the playoffs, sorry, for the top 6. Mexico Pokedex, I think, would like to win this game. Gank Sinatra, Mexico Pokedex. Yeah, because the next opponents are very hard, so Mexico Pokedex kind of has to win this game. Or this series, honestly, if they want to advance to top 6. And Gank Sinatra have a bit of an easier bracket afterwards. Yeah, both teams are kind of evenly matched, in my opinion. Alright, yeah. So Mexico Pokedex is fighting for that top 6 spot, and Gank Sinatra is trying to defend it. But Gank Sinatra has a lot of an easier time in the upcoming games. So Mexico kind of has to win this. Alright, I just repeated myself again. Yeah. As we wait for the spectator delay, any thoughts about the games? Any thoughts about what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're loading into the game, actually? Maybe? Oh, no, we're just... we're looking at the mastery points. 1.2 million mastery points on Frolly.
Yeah, I think the mid lane will be heavily favored.
Yeah,
towards Kiana.
That might be a bit of a problem for Mexico Pokedex. I do hope Trico can get out of lane alive at least. And Neferi is indeed jungle. And Kiana mid. Makes sense, especially with those masteries. Runes, nothing special really. I guess Kiana going Conqueror, although that's nah.
That is the norm, I think.
Yeah, that's the norm, yeah. I just see it in Rayram, so it's usually just Dark Harvest, but I'd imagine Conqueror is also a really good rune, especially for Summoner's Rift. As we see Heal coming out from Tarek as well, instead of the Ignite. Interesting choice, a bit out of date, what most people would choose.
It makes a lot of sense in the team comp from Mexico Pokedex because they do have quite a lot of dive and probably will try to shut down Kaiser quite early.
Huh.
And
I would think that exhaust would be a bit better for that, no?
Yeah, that is also true.
All right, and ignite on the Mr. Alistair. As Mudkip. Oh, as we're in game now. Lovely. Okay. Let's see. 0-0. No fancy items. Oh, item starts, sorry. Yeah, some people reluctant to buy that second pot.
It's gonna be interesting if one team decides to actually go for an invade, but it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, it so far looks like a standard 5-point defense of both teams. Ah, no, it's not. Yeah. Mexico Pokedex has a little hole in the defense, as Alistair is moving up to cover it, but no team is going for an evade, so nothing's going to happen. All right. All right, matchups. What do you think? Who gets pushed in the first few waves on bot, mid, and top?
Right, top is definitely gonna be favored for Gank Sinatra.
Fair,
And I do expect Ivan to struggle quite a bit because it is a bad matchup on Shen in general. Like farming can be a challenge sometimes.
Renekton is a scary crocodile.
That as well, yeah.
Shen does not have the tools to deal with him correctly. What about mid? Probably, I'd say favorites for Gank Sinatra as well.
It should heavily be. Like the win rate speaks for itself, and also the Kiana on Gank Sinatra does play quite a lot of Kiana, so he definitely knows what he has to do to get the advantage in this matchup.
As we see a little bit of fighting down in the bot lane. Nothing much coming out of it. Just a little bonk on the head by Alistair. And a stun by Tarek. And top lane also fighting. I think level 1 Shen might actually be okay into the Renekton. Just because of that key damage.
I mean, a lot of people underestimate the damage you have in the early game of Shen.
Oh, as we see some more poke coming up on the Sivir. As we see... Oh, holy. Sventa's losing that trade very hardly. Oh, very hard, sorry. And Sivir just continuing to take the waves with her amazing wave climb. Alright. Top being pushed in by Renekton, as you said. Mid, surprisingly even. Although I guess Kiana does not have all her abilities yet, so that's why she can't really engage in the Mel.
It should probably change around level 3, where Kiana actually can have a lot of pressure on Mel. But before, it's easier to just keep her at bay and trying to poke her down. But once Kiana's gonna hit level 6, I don't think Mel is going to have a lot of fun in the lane.
Oh, Ivan pressing W at the correct moment there. As we see Trico and Frolly fighting out in the mid lane. Yeah, there we go. Probably just winning out the trades.
At the moment he gets level 3, he can insta-engage.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, is that a solo kill? It's
my.
A solo kill. First blood on the mid lane for Frolly. Oh my god. Yeah, that Kiana's going to be a problem. I can smell it already.
It's going to be quite hard for Mel to come back from this. Like, it's in general not a good matchup, but now it's even harder.
Yeah. As we see Ivan taking a bit of a bad trade up top. Okay. Oh, more fighting up top. Does Ivan get the solo kill here? He might. Oh, no, Renekton is just Renekton. He says no. Frolix pressing that Q button, pressing that W button. Ivan not having W to defend himself. As we see the replay of the mid lane kill. Flash on both sides used. But Frolix... Is it Frolix? Yeah, Frolix just coming out on top.
Right, top lane from Ivan was a good try, and he almost got him, but the stun duration, or the taunt was just a little too tiny. And he almost got him, but once the crocodile is free, he's just gonna kill him.
Unfortunate, yes. As we see bot lane getting poked at a lot, but I'd imagine with Alistair healing, it's gonna be a-okay. Mid lane once again taking amazing trades for Frolix, sorry. As what is Nefiri doing in the enemy jungle? We see a 3v3 breakout bot lane. Alistar going down to... I didn't see who killed him. I think it was the... Oh my god, amazing flash coming up from Svante. Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot the name. Oh. Svante, there we go. Nice E by Ivan to maybe not crash that wave. However, Renekton just doesn't care and continues pushing. Renekton does a level 6 before Ivan as well.
We see right now our expectations were kind of false in the beginning. Like Gank Sinatra already leading by 1.2k gold. So they actually just executed the laning phase better so far and are on a very good way of winning the game.
Well, yeah, the way is to come ahead. The way to win the game was to come ahead in any game, and so far they're doing it very handsomely. As we see a level advantage still being held by top lane. Level 6 for the Crocodile, level 5 for Ivan on that Chen. Yeah, as we see all 3 lanes winning for Gank Sinatra. I thought at least bot lane would be kind of even, but I guess not. As we see another pretty good trade coming on from Folly. Oh no, the Melda's traded back with the Q on the backstab.
But it is going to be quite hard for Mexico Pokedex from
God.
now on.
Just a solo bolo in the middle lane again, but Vi is there to cover it and get the kill back. Yeah, there we go. Good play by Frolly. Sadly, the Vi was there to prevent him from getting out. As top lane, both people have ults now. Shen looking to maybe ult his teammates in danger. Next time they're in danger.
Seems like Gank Sinatra is going to move for the dragon. Or for bot lane first and then Drake.
Yeah, push out bot. Get to Drake. As we see a replay of the mid fight. Yeah, there we go. Oh no, that's just after
the cleanup.
Yeah, the cleanup. But yeah, level 6 Kiana is very scary for that Mel. As we see, once again, pushing all 3 lanes. Gank Sinatra deciding against going for that Drake. Shige just clearing his top side, bot side jungle. As we see Shen ult coming in and a Vi coming in to help Trico survive this Frolly onslaught. As we see Frolly falling to Trico. And the bot lane moving up from Gank Sinatra to clean up some more kills. Amazing fights going on. Okay, Trico falling to Shige. Vi maybe getting out due to her mobility. And Sivir maybe getting a plate down on bots. Okay, a lot of things just happened. Lots of fighting, very scrappy game.
Seems like Mexico Pokedex, like slowly but surely trying to come back from this gold deficit, but sadly, like Gank Sinatra is there to just kill them again and again.
To be very fair, I think going even in trades where you're behind is okay for Mexico Pokedex right now. As we see Sprigatito getting engaged on by both Tarek and that Kai'Sa, eating the Tarek stun and just getting out. Whoa, that poke. I guess Tarek took a tower shot too many. Walker on that. Walker playing on very thin margins there. Frolly engaging once more on the mid lane as we see a dive coming out from the bot lane of Gank Sinatra. Very easy to do with that Tarek ultimate. And Sprigatito falling. Oh, nice flash by the Mel as well. Oh, a solo bolo on Frolly from Trico. Very nice outplay, very nice flash there. Flashed the Q and the ultimate, so he didn't get swept up to the wall. And Frolly sadly taking a tower shot, which was his demise.
Yeah, the tips are still heavily favored for Gank Sinatra, but it's starting to actually look better. Or like there's light at the end of the tunnel for Mexico Pokedex.
Slowly getting back in the game. I think they do scale. Do they scale better?
It should be about even.
Yeah, it looks about even. Kai'Sa, I think Sivir scales better than Kai'Sa. Mel and Kiana, I'm honestly not sure. I think they both scale pretty well. But Kiana, just by the virtue of being an assassin, probably slightly outscaled by the Mel. Shige and Vi. I'm not sure. I think they both scale about the same. Top lane as well, both fall off in the late game. And supports are just supports there for the CC. As we see, surprisingly even trades coming out in the bot lane between the two ADCs. Prigatito and Sventas? Yeah.
And Spencer is quite a lot stronger at the moment. Like even with the tower shot, he still had a positive trade. Asvante, sorry.
Yeah, Asvante. I keep forgetting his name because I keep trying to read it backwards, but it just doesn't work. The letters are too small. Alright, being pushed under the tower. Mexico Pokedex bot lane.
I think Tarek, like already having his ulti back, they could possibly go for a dive there.
I think with Alistar there, there's not going to be a dive. He just headspots you away and says, nuh-uh, no dive today. As we see some more pool noodle fighting in the top lane. Both top lanes being pretty tanky and healing up as well. So not really much of an impact there. But Renekton does get the push out.
The mid matchup, like being surprisingly even at the moment, like from farm and kills.
Yeah. I mean, for it being a 54% win rate in favor of Kiana. I mean, we saw what happened in the early game, right? I think the Kiana just... sorry, I think the Mel just outplayed the Kiana a few times. Which, props to Trico. Was very good. As we see the old fight breaking out in the mid lane. Vi and Mel might be coming on top here. As Kiana falls immediately due to being squishy. And Shige having to phase out there. As we see the bot lane from Gank Sinatra moving up to gank the mid lane and the jungle.
And Mel being in quite a pickle here.
Tarek misses, but I think the Svante ultimate will just secure him the kill. Svante flashing as well for the amazing Q by Dino to get out. Amazing flash by Dino to get out. Flash by Renekton to follow up. Vi with another Q, and Dino gets out unscathed from that fight. As Ivan goes back in, I don't think that's a good idea due to the bot lane still being there. So they just call it off. But amazing escape by Dino. Just gets out. Unscathed. And getting 2 flashes as well for his flash. I'm pretty sure all in all that was about an even trade. Yeah, because mid lane they have a fight. Yeah, Kiana falls down. Amazing ult by Dino there. Trico following up with his amazing damage. Shige having to phase out. And then the chase happens where the ADC, Svante, and the top laner, Folix, both lose their flashes in the chase.
Mexico Pokedex doing pretty well not to let the gold lead get even bigger. I think closing a little bit.
Yeah, it's still about 2k.
But still, like, the early game didn't really look that great for them, and they keep it together quite well.
Did it prevent them from snowballing? Mexico Pokedex prevented Gank Sinatra from snowballing. Very well. Not really much happening. Bot lane, probably the Drake going in favor of Gank Sinatra, Gank Sinatra, not Frank. As we see Dino setting up for maybe a steal, but no, he's just going to give it. Okay. Oh, no, Dino coming back. They sadly have vision on him, so it might not be a very unsurprising gank, as the Drake does fall, but they're playing for the fight afterwards? No, they just leave. Okay.
Makes sense to just drop it. It's only the second Drake so far. It's not
as we see a fight breaking out on bot lane. Ooh, very close. Svante almost getting that kill. That solo kill on Sprigatito. Alright. Nope, mid lane's there's not much happening right now. I think the team's both gonna set up for the grubbies. Oh, sorry, for the Rift Herald. As we see Shige invading the topside jungle along with his top laner. And the entire topside of Mexico Pokedex coming into... Oh, we have a fight! Renekton being a very tanky crocodile. Sadly not tanky enough for that Mel. Going down, Taric ult coming out. Wait, the Taric is there? Holy moly. Another amazing Vi ult. Flash out by Shige. As we see the fight slowly go in favor of Mexico Pokedex. They won that fight.
The Vi just refused to die during that whole interaction. Just getting one kill after the other.
Vi just surviving and also getting a flash out of Shige for that. Oh, as we get a replay, let's see what happened here. Alright, so we see the top side of Gank Sinatra invading for the jungle, and then a collapse from the top side of Mexico Pokedex, and then we see a 4v3 from the side of Mexico Pokedex, and they're winning it. Shige going in. Sadly, the Vi has a lot of damage, and Shige having a flash out. Vi then turning his attention to the Kiana falling out as well, and Taric being left over there by his jungler, because he can't really do much over there.
Gank Sinatra just had to play this fight quite safe, because Kiana and Snafiri got bursted in the early stages of the fight, and then not being able to fully commit.
Yep. As we see another fight breaking out in top lane. Shen using teleport this time instead of his ult. Oh, it's not a fight, it's just pushing out the waves, preventing the Renekton from getting the tower. Alright. Fun plays happening. Interesting choice to invade the enemy jungle up top from Shige.
The gold lead also almost evening.
Yeah.
It's only about 600 golds anymore, or 500 rather.
Yeah, it's pretty much even. That's like a few mid waves. Sorry, a few minion waves on sides. As we see people setting up vision, waiting around for that next objective. Maybe pushing for towers. Vi and Shige, sorry, Dino and Shige both pathing topside right now. Shige going for a cheeky lane gank.
The next objective will probably also decide who gets the feats of strength. Because if I see correctly, so far no team has acquired them.
Yeah, there's not been 3 objectives for one team yet. I think Gank Sinatra has the feats of strength, so the 3 kills. And we'll see who gets the first tower, but it does look like it's going to be bot lane. As Shen keeps valiantly defending his tower up in the top. Yeah, Ivan can't really contest the wave. Has to let it crash. Oh, fight breaking out in the mid lane. Shige going invulnerable. And Vi just going out. No fight. As we see the dance around Drake. Go out. Oh, the side of Gank Sinatra trying to trap in that little bush. And Dino not falling for it wisely. Kiana in the enemy jungle, queuing the Vi. But the Vi just saying, okay, I go out then. Herald coming out in the mid lane. As he turns the wrong direction. Did that Kiana ult just stop the Herald? No, the Herald hit the wall.
Hit the
As we
wall,
see a massive fight coming out. Amazing ult by Trico. Renekton going in, sadly not being tanky enough for that Mel. And Gank Sinatra losing out on the fight a little bit. That was a Shen E. That Taric is dead. As we see Trico chasing Shige. Shige just being invulnerable and going out because that champion is fair. And Sprigatito on the mid lane trying to poke out that Kiana, although he does have to be careful. The Kiana is an assassin, and will just burst him down if given the chance.
It started very good for Gank Sinatra with the 4 or 5 man ult from the Taric. But it's tipped very, very fast in the favor of Mexico Pokedex.
As we see the replay of the entire thing now here. Alright, I do want to see... I think the Herald just hits the wall here.
Yeah, it hits the wall on the right side. He tried to drift into the people and knock them up.
Okay, good ult from Taric, yeah. 4-man ult from Taric. Sadly, that leaves Svante all alone outside of it. And then it just collapses on the same person. Yep. Yeah, Svante was outside it, and good positioning, or like good decision making from the team of Mexico Pokedex to just go on that not ulted.
Gank Sinatra in general, like in this fight, just splitting up too much and having to fight a 1v4 multiple times. You just cannot win like that.
Yep. They split themselves up. Svante was alone over the wall and didn't get the Taric ult on him. And then Renekton dashes in trying to save him, but it was too late. As we see the Drake going over to Gank Sinatra. And I believe that's feats for them. Yes, Gank Sinatra does have feats. No, sorry, Gank Sinatra. Mexico Pokedex has feats. As we see the Mel just bullying out that Renekton. Well, I'll eat my words. Mel maybe isn't such a bad champion.
I mean, Mel in general played this game quite good so far. The matchup wasn't favored for her. She still was able to get out of the lane. I would say ahead, even, in a very bad matchup. And from there, just snowballing so far.
Indeed. A few oversteps from Frolly on that Kiana. And the Mel just taking advantage of them. Coming out on top even in this laning phase. Not still a bit behind in CS, but 5 kills up, so doesn't really matter. As we see Mexico Pokedex coming out on top of the gold lead for the first time in the game. Oh, we're just watching Taric go back. Okay, yeah, pool party Taric. Lovely skin, honestly. As we might see a top dive coming in from the side of Mexico Pokedex. Deciding against it. Just warding that Atacant, making sure they're not taking it. And once again, Frolly and Trico meet themselves in the top lane though, this time. Oh, maybe a mid dive? Vi's charging a Q. That Sivir is very far away, but they have the CC chain to just allow it. Okay. And Ivan winning out the trades against Renekton in the late game. Having to disengage maybe now? No. Just winning out on trades. Surprising amount of damage coming out from this.
Yeah, I think Ivan just fell there.
Oh,
yes.
No. Ivan did fall there. Unfortunate, but very close, honestly. For it being a counter matchup, Ivan was doing very well there. He's also going full armor, which makes sense if you look at the enemy team. Kai'Sa decided to go the on-hit build as well. At least that's what I'm imagining. Maybe, yeah, no, that's on-hit. So armor being quite of high value here.
With the on-hit build from Kai'Sa, like we said before, they don't really have too much AP damage.
Too much? More like none, but yeah.
Yeah. So Mexico Pokedex might be able to take advantage of this.
I mean, Ivan is already. She's just stacking armor. You get that anti-heal item. What is it called? The chest plates. My god.
I also
anyway, the chest plates, the tabbies, and then I'd imagine that's gonna be maybe a frozen heart as well, or next item. Taking full advantage of that full armor enemy team. Full AD enemy team. Might as well going tabbies. I mean, it's a no-brainer to go tabbies this game, right? Unless you want to deal damage.
Yeah.
Sivir W, just one W auto attack, taking out the entire wave. Amazing. Lovely wave clear. As Renekton having to back out because he doesn't know where the jungler is. Wise decision by him. Oh, as we see Gank Sinatra standing up the Artacan. Oh, we see the dive again. Yeah, just the absurd CC chain of Vi and Alistar. Keeping that Sivir tied up until Sivir can get there. Sorry, that's Kai'Sa tied up until Sivir can get there.
Sadly, the ADC
get
just
the Artacan.
should have played safe there in the gank.
Yeah, should have played safe, obviously. Yeah. Like, he didn't even press E on the Vi Q. How could he? Alright, yeah, Gank Sinatra did get the Artacan, so it's not all lost over here. And the topside jungle, as we see a 3v2 happening between the between Trico and Mudkip, and the topside of Gank Sinatra. Kai'Sa coming on over, as we see maybe a team fight happening for Baron, but both teams deciding against it. And does Mexico Pokedex just start the Baron hit? No, they don't. Okay. They go invade a little bit. Saying, hey, you took my jungle, I'm gonna take your jungle.
In Mexico,
Taric in a dangerous
Pokedex.
position here. Taric might get taken out here. Yeah, good dodge by Dino. And Taric almost out. Getting saved by his mid laner there. Going back in with his ultimate. Vi still so very tanky, not dying at all. Killing the Taric, as we see Mel coming up. Fighting as ADC, ulting out the Kiana, and killing the ADC as well. I mean, that's just a one fight for Mexico Pokedex.
They also completely took over now with the 4k gold leads that they have over Gank Sinatra.
Yeah. Mel and Vi being very far ahead as well. A 550 gold shutdown for the Vi, a 700 gold shutdown for the Mel, even though she went 0-2 in the early game. A massive bounce back for Mexico Pokedex, honestly. As I think Shannon the Crocodile, yeah, still fighting in the bot lane most of the time. Just on side duty this game. Alright, we get a replay. Taric gets caught out in the jungle, gets engaged on by Vi and the Alistar. Kiana's there to save him, maybe. Sadly, Vi does have ults. Shige there as well. And the enemy ADC, honestly, it's a 4v4? 5v4, alright. On the side of Mexico Pokedex. Shen ulting in, I see. Yeah, Shen has a faster move than Renekton with that ult of his. Renekton does have to look to cancel it. I guess he could. Another fight breaking out in the mid lane. Nope, it was just a little bit of a love tap on that Taric. Almost another one on that Shige. As we see Renekton setting up for a flank, sadly getting caught. Maybe getting collapsed on, but I think he is out. Oh, wanting to go in again. Interesting. Now just posturing aggressively. As we see Mexico Pokedex setting up a siege on this bot tier 2. But Kiana over in the top lane is getting a top tier 2 for herself as well. As we see Mexico Pokedex just diving at Renekton, not carrying that he's a tanky crocodile. Just bursting him down. And Shige getting ulted by both Taric and Vi. Surviving with a sliver of HP. Thanks to that Taric. But the base falling over on the side of Gank Sinatra.
It is starting to look like the prediction we had earlier, that Mexico Pokedex now just having the better combo, easier to execute, and just getting in, killing someone from there, just winning the fights.
Yep, just having to press the buttons on the target you want dead, and the target dies. No need for fancy combos, nothing else, just Vi, Shen, Alistar, Sivir. As we see a replay happening up in the top side. Yeah, the dive, the 3-man dive on that Renekton, just instantly popping. He's not tanky at all. As we see Shige not jumping over the wall, instead deciding to go invulnerable, losing almost all of his HP. But still getting out due to Taric ult. Yeah. I do think... Yeah, I think Walker gets a beer out of that from Shige.
Did Dragon have Zergs before? Like when he got
Sorry?
Dove? Did Renekton have the Starks already when he got dove earlier?
I don't know.
Because if he had it, then it's insane that he went down so fast.
I mean, they do have a lot of damage, right? Vi going for the Bruiser build, Sivir's there as well, and Alistar just there to tank up the tower. And CC Renekton. As we see Vi getting collapsed on by 2 members of Gank Sinatra. But the cavalry is here from Mexico Pokedex, bailing out that Vi, and nothing else is going to happen. The top side of Gank Sinatra is forfeit. Goes over to Mexico Pokedex, and Mexico Pokedex, I believe, have a free dragon pretty much. As we see Shen and Kiana in the top lane, just fighting it out, chilling, trading waves, having a bit of fun. Alright. Well, I think Baron has worn off for Mexico Pokedex. Mudkip taunting the enemy in the mid lane, being all alone. Maybe not the best idea. Shiga moving up top, maybe for a gank on that, on Ivan, on that Shen. There we go.
Shen now maybe being in a little bit of a bad situation.
That is true, but that is one tanky Shen. Frozen Heart, anti-heal item, Tab Ice. Like,
never mind. Taric being caught again.
Almost getting ulted on by Dino. But just barely being out of range. Oh, there we go.
I mean, this tower won't be any defense like, at all.
I mean, the good thing about armor stacking for Mexico Pokedex is the towers just don't deal damage to you anymore. As Alistar hits an amazing 3-man knockup, Vi just not dying, healing himself up due to that. What's it called? The item that like gives you a crit hit and then heals you.
Sundered Sky.
Sundered Sky. There we go. No, Sundered. Yeah, Sundered Sky. Renekton being caught out a little bit here, being delayed by. Oh, sorry, prevented from backing by this Alistar, as Mexico Pokedex is just ending the game. I mean, to be fair, nobody's alive, right? Apart from Renekton, and Alistar's keeping the Renekton back.
He's definitely not going back until this game.
Yeah, he's
finished.
not going to be there in time. Maybe Taro can do something, but probably not, as we see game 1 going to Mexico Pokedex. Completely unexpected win here.
It was a very good comeback from Mexico Pokedex after the
an amazing
unfortunate early game.
Yeah, we see the replay here. Taric being caught out. I mean, I guess they just get three men get caught up in the top lane. I think Kai'Sa also dies in the enemy jungle due to Mel. Yeah, Taric going down first. Vi surviving a whole lot here. Like, look at that healing. Still alive. Poor. Those heals though.
I think at this point you can just feel the lack of AP damage weighing them down.
Yeah. Surprised it was not an AP Kai'Sa, honestly. As we're back to the waiting station. Alright. Well, that was a fun game. Gank Sinatra starting out with a lovely lead in the mid and jungle. But then the game just slowly went away from them. Maybe it was just the lack of AP damage.
I think the lack of AP damage definitely played a part in it, but in general, like Mel played this game really good by, like, even if in the bad matchup, not falling behind too bad or like too hard, and just in general still being in the game. And yeah, Gank Sinatra having a very good position in the early game. They just played most lanes better. They played top lane really well. They played bot lane really well. They played mid lane even in the early game. Like, we're ahead even. But I think where it's like started to go south for Gank Sinatra was mostly the team fights, because we had multiple team fights that we saw where they just didn't group as much, were caught, like Taric being caught, I think twice or 3 times in the game in the start of a team fight. And you just start one man down, and even when the rest of the team
I'm looking
moves,
at the stats right now, and the damage dealt by that Vi is just criminal. Yeah, that Vi was unkillable and did an amazing amount of damage.
Yeah.
The vision score. Wait, the most important stat, the vision score, where you see. Oh, actually, Walker being up ahead on Mudkip. Farm pretty much even. Turret damage. For some reason, Sivir having a lot. I guess she was on the sideline a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then just damage stats, yeah. Yeah, Renekton and Shen just fighting themselves. Fighting each other in the top lane most of the time. Scrapping about. Lots of damage. Is there a 3-minute break until next draft? Or is there a... Or are they ready to start? Alright, no, we can go. Do we need a break?
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, we're ready to go. And just a draft. Why is Shen Ivan? Kiana can't really play this matchup, relies on mouse sprinting it. You just hold EW and you poke plus push. Fair enough. Alright. Well, what questions do we have? Okay, who was your MVP for that game? Like, on the side of Mexico Pokedex, who do you think did the most there?
I do think that Mel played a really big part in this win.
Fair.
In general, like Mel was probably the one that fell least behind in the early game, and was one of the bigger damage sources that they had for team fights in general. Like Mel has very good AoE damage or a single target damage.
She was also the solo AP carry of that team, which probably helped a lot. Yeah. No, I just feel like the lack of AP damage on Gank Sinatra's side is what sealed the deal. Because that Shen or Vi like don't have to build some of MR. I think all of their items get delayed by a lot, or to just take a lot more damage. Same with an Alistar.
That is true.
But yeah. Okay, now as I've just been informed that the Kiana matchup is actually not playable into Mel by reading the YouTube comments. Oh, sorry, it relies on Mel sprinting it, as as the commenter lovingly put it. And yeah, the Mel did not sprint it. The Mel did well. Trico on that Mel. Holy. Still doing less damage than the Vi though. Dino playing out of his mind, honestly. Just finding all of those engages. Like every time what is it, Walker misstepped, right? He just found him immediately.
I do think I don't want to say that he was the reason why I lost the fights, but it definitely played a part in it. There were, I think, 3 team fights where Tariq was found pretty early.
Fighting a member down is indeed hard.
But yeah, I mean, Mexico Pokedex with a beautiful comeback in this game.
Fighting out from, I mean, it was a 2k gold lead about, right? That they fought out from under, but yeah, I guess the scaling was just on their side. Going full armor probably helped as well. Mel's rune rate is just bad in general, so every matchup looks bad on websites. Okay, fair enough. I don't know why. Why does Mel's rune rate look bad? Because every time I see it, right? Okay, not every time. Like a lot of times, I see people just running it down on Mel. But if I see a good Mel, she just carries games. I still don't like the champion though, because too many people sprinted on her.
But it is a champion where you have quite high carry potential.
Yeah. Also, probably the high skill expression, right? Because
I
the
don't know about
W,
that one.
like if you hit the W at the right time in a team fight, you pretty much just win that team fight. Like imagine it's a misfortune or something coming your way, or just a Jinx rocket, right? 2 auto attacks from Jinx just kill herself, right?
That is true, but it's also a little bit situational, and depending on what the enemy team looks like.
True. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's team comp dependent. If the enemy team is full melee, you're not going to do much as well. Maybe just keep them back for a little bit. But yeah. All right. But yeah, you say Trico is your MVP on that Mel. I'm going to say Dino is mine. And we'll probably put it up to a vote after the entire series, for the entire series. In Discord or on Discord. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Any interesting support matchups as we see? No, we're in draft. Never mind. No more talking. We're looking now. We see a Viego ban, Vayne ban, obviously coming out from the side of Mexico Pokedex. Makes sense. I think Svante plays a lot of Vi. No, not Vi. Sorry. Vayne. There we go. V champions. Renata, Vayne, Rise ban out from the side of Mexico Pokedex. Viego, Brom, and a new ban coming out now from the side of Gank Sinatra. What do you think? What's getting picked there? What's like a high prior thing? A Kali ban as well.
I feel like Gank Sinatra will want to play Chinks this game. I mean, if I remember correctly, they banned it last game themselves. And Spante does play a lot of Chinks. So they might want to rely on this pick.
True, very true. As we see a Jinx coming out. I think one of my favorite
Shin.
champions. Yeah. I don't know how well it is as a blind pick. I guess it's fine depending on the team comp, right? But there are a few champions that seriously shut down Jhin. Maybe like a Tristana or like a Lucian. Yeah, as is coming out right now. Lucian Army, I'd imagine, because Nami's not been banned yet and not played. Lucian Milio, also a good one. Yeah, bit more range, bit more poke. Not as powerful as Lucian Nami though. Still acceptable. All right, let's see what my Pokedex sends us with.
I think Lucian Milio being a little bit more safe than Lucian Nami.
Yeah, true. Milio having a lot more supportive abilities instead of damaging abilities. Karma consideration coming out from Mexico Pokedex. Good answer and solution. Just denies a lot of poke that Lucian might be able to do. Also pokes him back. Yeah. I still feel like they need a carry. They need a carry on the side of Mexico Pokedex. Lucian by himself is fine already. But Jhin as a carry, if they ping something tanky, is just not going to cut it. As we get Volibear, very good jungle or top. We don't know yet. Probably jungle though. If I'm looking at the past games of Ivan and Dino. Oh no, it could also be top. Never mind. Ivan does play it.
Smolder mid.
Smolder mid? Yeah, or top. Could also be top. Smolder is an annoying champion to deal with. Just flies away every time there's danger and just stacks into the late game. Alright, Gank Sinatra going for that scaling match. Oh, scaling setup. LeBlanc getting banned on mid lane? Yeah. Assassins, pretty much. Just the only thing that can Smolder. I wonder how Mexico Pokedex will answer that. Because they still don't have a carry for themselves. Ornn ban, very good. Yes, you want to pick. You need a tanky top side for that bot side. Ornn is an amazing ban. What else will we have? Probably maybe a Mundo ban. I don't know if Mundo's been banned game 1.
I do not think so. I cannot remember.
I think Volibear wins into Mundo anyway. I mean, it's a flex pick, right? You can still go jungle, but Aurora ban, very good. Aurora, very annoying to play into as a tank, like a Mundo. And
Also
Flash ban
interested
for
what
Gank Sinatra.
Gank Sinatra will be playing for their jungle.
Yeah, Now's also a good ban.
Maybe a
there's a-
Wukong coming out.
Those are my favorite two top laners. Ornn and Na, both ban that. Brings a tear to my eyes. Unfortunate. But yeah, maybe a Wukong. Although they need engage and they need a tank. Maybe a Zac also. Lilia is an interesting choice. Not really tanky. I guess they do need some AP damage though. Yeah.
It's good to see them not going or like having the same problem with only 80 damage twice in a row.
Very true. Very true. Although they do take a Smolder doesn't really care because it's mostly true damage he does, or at least in late game. As we see a Victor coming out mid lane, trying to outscale that Smolder. Not sure if that matchup is favored for him.
I mean, Arcane Jesus shouldn't have too many problems against Smolder because your poke is about the same as Smolder.
Okay. Arcane Jesus indeed being picked as a Scion coming out topside. Or maybe jungle. I'm still not sure where those two are going. But I would imagine that Volibear's going jungle and the Scion's going top. A bit of a bad picking to that Lilia. Don't know how well it pairs into the Smolder if Smolder goes top. But no, it's just going to be a top puppy. Okay. All right. That's draft. So who do you think won this draft?
That is a good question. I'm not quite sure.
I'm feeling a little bit more towards the side of Gank Sinatra. Just because they have better scaling. And like Milio is a very good support to keep their Volibear and or Scion away. And Smolder is just safe in general, right? To play as. And I don't think Victor can do much against Smolder in the mid lane. In terms of killing him, right? They're just going to push out waves and just scale. Poppy into Scion. I guess Poppy does a lot of damage, that's true. They don't really have dashes to pick that Poppy. I mean, to be able to use the W. Yeah, I don't know about that Poppy pick.
If Mexico Pokedex finds the engage, I do believe that they will win the fight, but it will be quite hard for them to get near them.
Yeah, I mean, they have a Poppy and Melia just holding them back. Smolder in general just very safe. Lucian as well with a dash. And Lilia just zooming around, queuing all your tanks, draining their life. Yeah, no, I'm more in favor of Gank Sinatra this game. They also scale a lot better. Although the Jin Karma matchup, Jin Karma together is probably really annoying to play into because they just have so much poke. But then again, you have a Melia who just presses E on you, so it's not. We'll see how bot goes. I think it should be favored to the Lucian Melia and the early there.
Yeah.
Mid lane is going to be scaling. Jungle, I think. Does Volibear have a faster clear? I'm not sure actually.
I think it should be about even, but I'm not too sure.
And top lane is also just going to be farming waves, I guess. Maybe Poppy can kill Ivan, but I don't know. It might still be a jungle Scion. We're not sure yet, right? It could be an AD jungle Scion, for all we know.
It would make things very interesting.
It would. Bit of a spicy draft.
But then again, I'm not too sure how well the Volibear Poppy matchup would be.
Nah, it's gonna be fine. Well, I think no, Mexico Pokedex is on a little bit of a timer this game. Jin and Karma don't scale badly by any means. Victor also doesn't scale badly by any means, but I think at one point you're just outranged by that Smolder. Especially with that melee W. And you can't really walk up to him due to the Poppy. Mostly how it goes. But yeah.
As we're waiting for the second game to start, I mean, we can talk about the last game for a little bit longer.
True.
Where do you think it went wrong? What was the point where Mexico Pokedex actually took over the game one?
I think, if I remember correctly, there were a few fights around either Dragon and or Herald where Tarek just got caught early, and then Mexico Pokedex could just run down the entire enemy team with a man advantage.
I mean, I personally think the moment where we start to see them take over was
it might be this fight.
exactly this fight.
Yeah, this fight. Yeah,
The big Tarek ult coming out, like sadly only 3 people being caught by the ultimates. I think that the Fury was left out.
And no, I think it was the ADC.
Single target.
It was ADC.
But yeah, here this fight starting very good for Gank Sinatra. Sadly, like one target being left out of the Tarek ulti, like being the single focus point.
Yeah.
From there, now they're split. It's a 1v4 in this situation. They split again. It's a 3v4, 3v2.
If it wasn't even
4v2.
Yeah,
just like one after another being picked apart.
Yeah, fight around mid lane bush when they spawn the Herald, yeah. And they just kind of 1v4'd twice. Once with Tarek ult being on the entire team, and then Svante being out of it. And the other time when Arakan just dashed in to try and help Svante, but couldn't really. And yeah, Tarek got cut out a lot those games. As I think we're going. Oh no, these are just replays. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Tarek got cut out, and then the Vi just refusing to die to all that damage, and Svante falling to a 5-man.
It's more or less the same exact situation that we had earlier, like support being caught, and then they again split up in 2 different directions, and Mexico Pokedex being able to just having a numbers advantage and winning the fight.
Yeah, no, overall well played to Mexico Pokedex. On the same team, just choosing their targets correctly. Bit of a misposition fail from Gank Sinatra, but happens. But hey, they have game 2 to redeem themselves, to come back. In my opinion, with a better draft as well. Not solely AD as well. Alright. But yeah, the Renekton gank. I do think the Renekton did not have Starix stat yet in that turret dive. I think you got it after you went back. Because you said that the Renekton may have had Starix when they dived them up top. I don't think they did. Alright. How much longer do we have? Like a minute? Half a minute? If you need to pick out like an ace on the side of Gank Sinatra for game 1, who would you pick? Like just the best player on their team. Most valuable one.
Difficult to say, but I do think that Kiana did quite well, at least in the early game. And
Yeah,
even
tried to
in
carry a
team
bit.
fights, having a lot of damage to try and shut down the targets. But
Very fair, yeah. Yeah, no, I would actually agree there. Kiana did well. Got an early game lead. Tried to distribute the lead through a team or with team fights. But sadly the coordination just wasn't there. Being a bit split, like one person being a bit split off. And then getting picked on by the side of Mexico Pokedex. As maybe, just maybe, we're getting into game. We are! Hello! Alright, let's see. Mastery points. We have 500,000 mastery points on both Svante and Folix. On that Lucian and Poppy respectively. No really interesting runes, so to say. There's a game pause. Okay. Yeah, no really interesting runes. Jin going for that fleet footwork. Karma for that Summonary, just for the poke. Meteos the Summonary, Lucian on that press the attack. Oh, that's a big zoom out. Holy moly.
with the Discord leak.
I think only we see the Discord leak. I'll see it in a sec on stream. Yeah, no, only we saw it. It's fine. Oh no! It was a Discord leak actually. It was on. It was on stream as well. Everybody can see it. All right. I'd imagine this was a standard 5-point defense again. On both teams. Yeah, nobody invading. Not really. No real champions to invade with. Aside from maybe Volibear, but you don't really want to start that key. You want to start the W.
It would be quite a big investment.
Yeah. Yeah, Mudkip standing there. Sprigatito standing there. Dino moving about, just like Frankenspoon. Trico deciding not to move about, not to dance. Oh, Dino knows. Dino getting a little chunk off. Starting with the E. Getting that ward down. Amazing. Okay. So now they know where the jungle's going to start. Milio and Lucian just dancing in the bot lane. Not even covering anything. Just there. Having fun.
Maybe both Raptors being warded.
Oh yeah, they did get the ward down. Pretty nice. All right. Ivan taking a little bit of poke from Folix up in the top lane. Although I don't think he cares all that much as a Scion. Yeah, but Poppy does have a lot of damage early game. Well, mostly throughout the entire game, right? The Q is % max HP damage. I was gonna have to go a bit of armor. Oh, it's hitting that Q. Poppy still getting the last proc.
I do think the early game is favored for Poppy, but it will eventually turn over to Sign.
Oh, as we see an amazing engage coming out from Svante and Walker. Bringing out then, I think it was the Jin down to, no, the Karma down to 25% HP. Now she's healing up. As Smolder is just stacking in the mid lane, taking out a little bit of poke from that Victor. Not that much, honestly. As we see Svante just going in on that Karma. Karma using his RW, empowered W to heal up a little bit and make the trade a bit even. Okay. Yeah, standard farming up top. Ivan losing out on trades early, but that's expected.
It's a bit of the same situation that we had last game in the beginning, where Gank Sinatra is just very comfortable in the early game.
Indeed, as we see a little fight happening up top. Poppy and Scion just smacking each other. Poppy getting another grass broken. Ooh, Poppy in the lead, I think. As bot lane is getting pushed in by, obviously, the Lucian Milio. Junglers pathing to opposite sides of the map, both getting a scuttle, you'd imagine. As Ivan might be in trouble here, getting a gank by... Oh, no, yeah, he died before the gank even came there. And Dino coming up and picking up the kill on Puppy. On Folix. But ultimately it was 1-for-1, so I think it was pretty worth. Although Poppy does lose a wave there. So she has to teleport. As we see the replay, yeah, Ivan dying to Poppy, a bit miscalculated. Dino flash queuing the Poppy, sadly not getting that second Q cast off. Sorry, the entire Q cast off. Because Poppy W blocks that for some reason. As we see another fight breaking out in the topside jungle of Gank Sinatra. Where Trico and Dino just say, no, you're not farming this topside jungle. This is ours now, to that Lilium. Shige a bit homeless now, looking for grubs, gets his grubs, and then probably going to take a reset.
Dino being very aggressive so far in this game.
Yeah, as you see question mark picks coming up on top of those grubs. Dino probably knowing that she is on his grubs. Folix and Ivan fighting once again in topside. I think we're going to see a lot of that, honestly, a lot of scrapping. And bot side of Sventas and Walker winning in over Sprigatito and Mudkip. The Pokemon in a bit of a disadvantage this time round. As Poppy might be able to kill Ivan once again. Folix, yep, Flash Q, and Ivan is dead. Tries to get as much of the wave as he could. Leaves about 4 minions standing. He's going to lose probably those 4 minions. Teleports back to lane. And just continues on being a Scion.
It's so interesting to see so far Gank Sinatra like seeming a bit more in a good position in the early game. But the gold curve doesn't really reflect it with only 200 gold leads so far for Gank Sinatra. So Mexico Pokedex, like just being able to somehow hold against them.
Yeah, as Lucian and Emilio keep on pestering his bot lane. Jin with no mana and Mudkip also almost out of mana. What, about 2 Q casts remaining? Oh, sorry. I guess 4. Oh, Dino looking for an amazing gank up to mid lane. Smolder will have to be careful here. Probably just going to E away. Yep.
The bot lane also moving up for this fight.
Yeah, getting the Drake. Dino wisely deciding to back off. That's a 4v2. You probably don't want to take that. Smolder getting some more stacks. Ulting in as well, as Lucian dashing over the wall, getting the flash out from Mudkip. And Smolder eating over the wall will get Mudkip, as one would imagine. Flashes and auto attacks to death. As Ivan is proxying in the top side. Okay. But yeah, that Smolder was amazingly aggressive and gets the kill for it. Good
it's
job
just
on that Smolder
spot. The classic Cyan gameplay with him just proxying.
Yeah. He's just playing boss. Yeah, Lucian gets the flash from Mudkip here. Frolly getting back his E from the previous engage and just running down this Mudkip. Flashes with one auto attack and gets him.
I mean, for Gank Sinatra, huge to get gold on Smolder so early.
Yeah, Frolly here to pick up another kill. Sadly, Shige takes it. And Ivan continues to proxy. I think we're seeing an Inting Star in this game.
It's the spirit of the champion.
Even though he's been left a bit. Alright. Yeah, that Smolder is going to be a slight problem, I think. Because nobody can really match it once he gets his stacks. He's on 31 stacks right now. So he's already got his first upgrade. It's 51? 53, sorry, yeah, it's 53 stacks. Which is very good for 8 minutes into the game.
I mean, him just being a menace. So, like, once he gets to 225 stacks.
Yep. Oh, as we see Dino getting up to Frolly. Frolly ulting everybody else out. Oh, just Dino out, sorry. Ivan showing up for the fight, deciding, nope, actually I'm not taking this. Wait, maybe I am. Well, maybe I'm not. Taking a grub away from the team of Gank Sinatra. Amazing Lilia ult, amazing Smolder ult coming out. Dino going in on that Lilia. Lilia falling down. As Ivan is trying to keep the team alive by not letting anybody else go on top of him. Poppy damage is just amazing. Ivan being a little bit of a nuisance. Okay. Big fight happening here for the team of Gank Sinatra. I do think, however, that Mexico Pokedex got 2 grubbies out of that, which means to get the stack for the feats. As Lucian almost killing him. Oh, fail flashing here and getting ulted up on. Oh, close one. Very close. Alright, all sums bot used. Both ults from the respective ADCs also used. This is a replay? This is a replay fight. Okay, here we go. So we see Dino engaging up on the Poppy. Poppy just ulting him back out. Lilia doing the grubbies. And Ivan deciding that, you know what, I'm just going to take this grubby, this one's mine. And then the rest of the team from Mexico Pokedex walking up and just taking that last grubby. While an amazing ult combo from Lilia and Smolder comes out. But sadly, it was just a shy bit away from being enough. And then Poppy and the rest of the team from Gank Sinatra trying to clear up everything else. Well, sorry, clean up everything else. Yeah, that was that Lilia Smolder combo is gonna Smolder with another kill down in the mid lane. It's for almost nothing. Getting engaged on by Dino now, dying off, giving a big shutdown over to Dino. But I think Smolder's happy with that because he just gets stacks. Victor not really playing the game. Shige and Walker staying down in the mid lane, protecting that tier 1. Ivan once again going for the proxy. Classic silent behavior. But yeah, this Smolder is just stacking. 3-1 and 2 ADCS. Minute 10. Not really perfect, but hey, he was fighting a lot. As Ivan once again getting collapsed on by Shige and Frolly. Frolly this time getting the kill. I think it's just taking turns now. As we see a fight breaking out bot lane. Lucian dealing massive damage to the bot. To that Jin and Karma duo. Even though they have the Karma shields, Lucian just says, "No, I don't
actually
care."
go for a dive. Yeah, they're definitely
going for a dive. Mudkip falling down here. Lucian very low, however, and Dino coming in for a gank. Might have to be careful here. Lucian does know the Dino's here. Dino just gonna... Oh, there we go. Oh my god, Shrieker's behind them. Yeah, that Lucian is probably very dead. Good ult from Lucian. Sadly, not enough to keep him alive. Dino just comes in, whacks him on the face. Kills him. Smolder over there, trying to get as many stacks as possible. Good flash to dodge the ult damage. And does he just run him down here? Oh my god, Smolder.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's already got his Essence Reaver as well.
Mexico Pokedex now being in a very bad situation because Smolder already now being such a big problem is just a little taste of what's coming afterwards.
Yeah, like that Smolder is not gonna scale any worse now. He just does not fall off. And remember, like every single fight they take, they give Smolder more stacks. So it's doubly bad for the side of Mexico Pokedex. As we see Drake going over to the side of Gank Sinatra. Obviously after that fight, they won bot with the prior. Poppy and Sion once again fighting for the wave. Sion, having a bit of armor now, can mostly ignore the Poppy damage. They're just trading lanes, trading waves, trading grasp procs, I'd imagine, yeah. Alright, that's slightly in favor of the Sion, because he scales a bit better with HP. But yeah, gold leads, let's see. Alright, mid lane, yeah, Smolder is almost 2k gold up on his opponent. Lucian's about 1k gold up. And
interesting to see
Dino,
that top lane actually is almost no gold up, so Ivan
top lane is pretty much even.
playing Inting Sion in a good way.
He's playing it correctly. Alright. Yeah. But also Dino does have about a 1k gold lead up on Shige. Understandable with 4 kills. It's like a bit less CS though. As we see Ivan and Folix fighting it again. As Lucian just gets the kill down in bot lane. Yeah, that Lucian is also a slight problem right now. Yeah, Lucian Milio. You do give him a buff on the auto attacks. As Dino just comes up top, kills a Poppy. As we see a dive coming out on the bot side, and as Shige gets out on the top side. Yeah. Shige with no mana has to be very careful here. The Dino doesn't spot him out. But I think he just gets out. Yeah. Smolder, does he not just run down the Victor here? Oh, good flash by Victor.
Could be able to, but has to be careful now.
Yeah, Victor flashes the Smolder ult. Smolder gets a little honey fruit. Yeah, this is the dive bot. So many replays happening. Yeah, Smolder just continues stacking. Can we see the Smolder stacks? The observer? 142. Alright. Less than 100 stacks away from getting that execute. Yeah, that's where he gets really dangerous. Also 14 minutes? That's actually pretty good. Dino running for his life as the bot side the bot side of Gank Sinatra defends the red boards.
In Mexico Pokedex now, like they have to somehow finish the game quite fast because of the Smolder, but I don't think they're in a situation where they can force anything.
Yeah, they're in a bit of a precarious situation. The mid laner that's scaling is not really scaling right now because Smolder is just beating him in every fight. Jungle is actually fine. Bot lane is losing out against that Lucian Milio. And Jhin is not really that much of a scaling ADC. Like okay, don't get me wrong. He scales amazing. He scales well. He's still an ADC, right? But I just don't think he outscale the enemy team. As we see Mudkip just dying here. Lucian damage coming out. Yeah, a bit of an overstep from Mudkip, I guess. Yeah, this jungle belongs to Gank Sinatra. They just popped on some wards, said, this is property of Gank Sinatra now. You're not allowed to enter. And anybody who does, dies. Is this a dive coming topside?
I do believe, yeah, they're going for a dive now.
Dive on topsides. Smolder ult just barely not hitting that Jhin before he slapped. As we see Gank Sinatra cleaning up everybody up top. Lucian is very low, however. Might have to be... dangerous, not dangerous. Careful of that Scion dead Scion. Wow, I can't speak. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Gank Sinatra picking up a double kill up in the top lane. Not picking up the turret though, because Karma's dead defend and everybody else left. As we see a replay of what happened up top. Yeah, amazing double sleep from Lilia. Amazing ult from Smolder coming out, doing a lot of damage. Milio ulting, even, to get everybody out. Almost dying to tower shots. But Smolder ultimately picking up the Scion as well.
There's just nothing you can do from the perspective of Mexico Pokedex, with Jhin just being put to sleep, quite literally. And, and the Dino just being cleaned up afterwards.
As we see Dino trying to 1v1 this Poppy, and almost losing out on it, and then the rest of the rest of Gank Sinatra comes up. Oh, no! Milio's overstepping and getting exploded by that Victor. As we see Lucian coming down. Karma missing the Q. Lucian just murdering both of them. Bowling ball hitting on Dino by Shige. Amazing hit. As we see him try to run down this Victor, which he will do. And topside... Ivan just pushing topside and getting a turret in return. But that's I think that's 2 kills. No, 3 kills in return for a turret. I guess it does have a shutdown, but you're just letting Smolder stack now. As Herald does get to use bot side. Gonna get that tier 2.
Yeah, Gank Sinatra this game looking very comfortable in the team fights and very good. Like last game, they had a bit of problems with the coordination of where to go and who to fight. But now they just delete everyone in every fight they take.
Oh, can he drift it? Is he a drift king? He is a drift king. The Lucian knows how to drive. Everybody give him a driver's license. That was... Yeah, Svante. Good drift by Svante. Alright, as the dragon does go over to Gank Sinatra once again. Was that third dragon or fourth dragon? Not quite sure. Oh, here we see the replay of the Volibear versus the Poppy. Volibear not doing much damage there, surprisingly, to the Poppy. Having to ult for the damage. Ultimately not coming out. Milio getting popped by Victor, as we saw. A big shutdown going over as well, which is kind of what you want on the Victor. Victor ult going out, Lucian coming down, Karma Q missing, and then Lucian just ulting, flashing, and killing everybody. As the bowling ball hits Dino, and Shige gets a strike. Oh, Lucian dying on mid lane to Trico. Sventa overstepping a little bit. Was he trying to get tower? No, he was just trying to get the wave. Yeah, just not respecting that Trico damage, not the Victor damage. As there was a bit of a skirmish up top, but not really anything important. Bot tier 1 falling to Lucian, not to Lucian, to Jhin. So Mr. Sprigatito can maybe get back into the game. He is a full item behind right now. Not even gonna pick up the bot turret. No, okay, nobody's gonna answer him. He will get the bot turret. Shige continuing to just jungle around. Lucian getting that red buff. And I would imagine that the next objective will be this Atakan. As we see 4 people on the top side for Gank Sinatra. Okay, well, Shige just went bot. Lucian, I think, overstepping a little bit, or playing with fire. To be fair,
Melee is right next to him. I don't think he's in a too bad situation at the moment.
Yeah, but you saw how Victor just burst him down in the mid lane, and with a Karma there as well. I imagine the burst is just so very dangerous for this Lucian. But yeah, fair. There's Amelia right next to him. As we might see a little gank happen, or a little collapse happen on mid lane here. Ivan trying to cheese the bush strat, didn't work. Frolly has played against enough Scions to know when they enter a bush, do not follow them. As he just runs down the Scion. Yeah, not much the Scion can do against a Smolder. Oh, as we see an engage from Dion on top of the Lucian. Lucian almost dying, ulting in the wrong way. And falling down to the Victor Volibear combo. As we see Frolly just pre-hitting everybody. Surviving almost everything. Almost getting killed by the Atakan. Getting picked up by Frankenspin at the very end there. So Ivan. As we see the cleanup from Shige come out. Okay. Oh, bad ult by Jhin. Makes himself a target for Shige. Shige picking up another kill onto Jhin. Overall, a 5 for 2, I think. Yeah, for the side of Gank Sinatra. And now they just start Atakan.
But the engage for Mexico Pokedex looked very promising in the beginning. With the 4v3 or 4v2 if I saw that correctly, but then just Gank Sinatra being able to get all the remaining players into the game and cleaning up.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. So they engage as basically 2 people on top of that ADC. Scion ulting in. That Smolder being able to hit for quite a while here, even killing the Volibear. Frolly is massive in this game right now. He survived for way longer than he should have. I guess that's also part of why what the Milio did, but still. A good E-ult by Poppy. Flash away by the Milio from the Jhin ult, and Jhin just dying to the Lilia. Yeah, no, well played by the side of Gank Sinatra. Shige just clearing up everybody. And Smolder damage is just insane right now in the game. He does already have his stacks. I think it's minute 23? Yeah. I think he had him for a minute or 2 already. Yeah, he's on 271 already.
Hope it's not dented.
Holy, that Smolder is a problem. As we see another engage coming in from Gank Sinatra. What was that burst though? Lucian damage is just insane. Oh, Dino setting up for a little collapse. But I don't think they win the fight if they take it. Poppy wisely face jacking the bush. As we see Svante just
Which-
killing up that.
Shit,
that
finding the
support.
Melia though with his ultimate.
Yeah. As Smolder damage is just insane right now in the game. Killing both Volibear and Scion with no problems whatsoever. Yeah, I think they just got outscaled already. I don't see how they get back into the game.
Gold lead also looking quite fierce with 5k gold now in favor of Gank Sinatra.
5k gold lead. Poppy almost getting an yeah, Poppy almost getting a knockback into the wall there. Karma wisely slowing it down to prevent that. Smolder just pushing at bot on his own, not really caring what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they could walk up to the Baron here. For the side of Mexico Pokedex.
Mexico Pokedex now in a situation where towers are more of a trap than they actually help you in fights because they give you a false sense of security.
Yeah. Alright, as we see the fight break out again. So Trico getting collapsed on. Oh, it was the mid laner that got killed by the Lucian. Trico getting collapsed on. Smolder and Lilia just bursting through those tanks, not even carrying the tanks.
But to be
Jhin
fair-
doing absolutely nothing with those ults.
Nah, to be fair, it was a beautiful angle from Chin that he found Stimilio. Like, it was quite a small space where he could find the last shot to kill him, and he pulled it off.
Oh, he got the Milio? I didn't even see that. Okay,
Yeah, he
never
got
mind.
the Milio with his ultimate. Like, there was not
My
much he could
bad.
do in the fight, but he did what he could.
Yeah, fair. My bad, Sprigatito. You are doing good. 2 items now on that Jhin. Still almost an item behind on that Lucian. Smolder also 3 items. As is Lilia. Lucian ulting. Oh, getting engaged on by the Volibear, but Milio ults and Lucian E coming out to stop it. Lucian, however, getting engaged on by the by Ivan. And just getting taken out by the burst that they have. As we see Smolder now come up. Oh, Lilia ult coming in. Flash Q ult. Ivan just getting burst down by that Smolder and Lilia and Poppy.
And Smolder now also having more than 225 stacks, so he has his execute now.
I think it's at 300 right now, if I'm honest with you. Yeah, 332. He's had it for quite a while. But yeah, Smolder's just gonna continue to get stronger. I really don't see how they get back into this game. The tankiness of Scion and Volibear, kind of a mute point in the face of the Smolder and Lilia. Yeah, look at that. He just cues the front line and somehow kills the back line. That, yeah. I don't see a way back into the game from the side of Mexico Pokedex.
It is unfortunate for Mexico Pokedex because every fight they take, it starts to look very good, and they burst the first target they find. Then once Smolder and Lilia get into the fight, they just don't have the health, they don't have the damage to do anything against them.
Yeah, as we see a replay, yeah, amazingly flash Lilia ult to get those 2 picks. Oh, that 1 pick, sorry. Onto the Scion. Yeah. I mean, the problem with... they don't have the damage or the range to really be a threat to that Smolder. When the Milio and the Poppy are there, right?
Not really, no. And also the gold lead now almost reaching 10k.
10k, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't see a way back for them. Smolder with Elder is also a very scary thought. As
I
we
think
see
Dino somehow has to
Dino?
find to engage on Smolder or Lilia in team fights.
yeah,
Otherwise,
Dino
this
collapsing
will
over here
look
on Volix,
very, very bad.
together with the Scion. 3 people coming over for this Volix. I think, though, the Poppy can just walk it out. Because she's not really taking damage, as the rest of the Gank Sinatra team collapse. And I do believe that is a very dead Scion.
Yeah, this is
is?
bullying at this point.
Yeah, they're just bullying them. I didn't want to say it, but... Did they just go for the end? They might just go for the end here. Not really much the enemy can do here to prevent that.
I mean, they can try to fight, but I don't think Gank Sinatra cares too much if they have to tower dive.
No, they don't really. Good ult by Jin to clear the wave. Last ult coming onto Frolly, doing... Sorry, last shot from that Jin ult coming onto Frolly, doing almost no damage. As they just decide to back off after taking 2 inhibitors. Yeah, fair enough. Gonna play for Elder, I guess. Just suffocate them in base. 1 Q, 1 Smolder Q is, what was that, 30% of Mudkip's damage, HP?
It was quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's probably only gonna get bigger.
How many can it was? He still has an item left to build. Oh my god.
Now, also the
Yes.
Elder Drake spawning, I don't think Mexico Pokedex can even hope to contest this one.
Yeah, they can't really walk up. The Poppy's just standing there. Poppy and Milio both just preventing them from going anywhere in this fight.
Yeah,
Drake
Dino
already
having
gone,
no
and
chance.
now just a big fight happening. Maybe Victor can do something over the wall here with an ult, but not really. Yeah, Ivan just dying. I think this is just GG. Like, there's no hope for Mexico Pokedex to fight this. Yeah, look at that damage. Lucian just saying no. Frolly and Shige chasing this this Dino. Yeah,
Oh no.
Small DQ coming out. Oh my god, the Lucian damage though. Yeah, this I think this is GG. I think we're into game 3. Fast game.
I mean,
Well,
this
fast.
just being a beautiful masterclass on how to snowball a game by Gank Sinatra.
Yep. Smolden getting ahead early is definitely not something you want to see. And Lilia there as well, a pretty good pick to prevent any tanks from being problematic. But yeah, overall, well played by Gank Sinatra. Taking advantage of Fed Smolder and a pushing bot lane. Just winning out the game pretty cleanly. I do wonder, yeah, let's see. Did Smolder die? Smolder did die 3 times that game. Yeah, okay. My bad. Shige didn't. Shige died once. Folix on that puppy as well, only 2 times. I don't know, that was just a pretty massive draft, if I would say.
I mean, the only, like we said before, and during the draft, the only real reason or real way for Mexico Pokedex to do anything this game was to get close enough. And Dino did eventually, like, he got once or twice to the people and actually killed them, but for most of the fights they took, Gank Sinatra just had the distance, had the damage, the range, and was able to burst them away.
Svanta, though. Svanta did also a lot of damage that game. Also they do, but English is a language. Yeah. I agree with you, just Dewey. I thought it's gonna be a bit of a harder game for Red Side, not gonna lie. But Smolder just came out on top in every single fight he took. And yeah, that Jin Karma was kinda like, I don't like Jin first picks. And if you pick a Jin first pick, right, you need another sort of hyper carry on another lane.
It was quite unfortunate for him because I feel like Chin is one of those ADCs where you have to just at least go even or get ahead. Like once you
Yeah.
fall behind, it's very hard to have meaningful impact in the game.
Yep, you're pretty much just a support at that point. Vision scores coming out. Walker being a bit ahead. Very good. Minions probably with 281, just farming like a beast. Turret damage. Lucian once again with a lot of turret damage, just pushing everything. More than his entire team combined, actually. Oh, maybe not, actually. It's about the same. But yeah, damn. They just didn't have anything to really kill the Smolder in the late game.
Mm.
Like,
And
I'd
in
much
general,
rather
it
have
was
a... Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a Diana in the jungle and just burst one-shot the Smolder, you know? Or like something that can carry on top lane, like a Gwen. So yeah, Gwen should be fine. Or maybe even something like a Vladimir, huh? To burst him down. But yeah, that was I don't know, a very hard draft to play, especially in the late game. From the side of Mexico Pokedex. And props to Froley for that game. He carried on Smolder. Shows his fights wisely as well. Like got a lot early game that just carried him over to the late game. But yeah, you were about to say something?
You basically said it all.
Yeah. So yeah, don't know. But like what could have right. Um do we take a little break or do we continue immediately with the casting?
I feel like we can continue.
All right.
Oh,
Well done. We just
and
continue.
we are already in the next.
Yeah, we're already in draft, yeah.
Oh my.
All right, let's see what's happening. All right, Pantheon kill, Seraphine banned, Malphite. What's the Cho'Gath name? There we go. Yep. Cho'Gath and Milio. Not Milio.
Oh, Diego and Xayah instantly coming through for Mexico Pokedex. I mean, Diego, one of the most played champions of Dino.
Yep.
If I remember correctly.
Oh, and Xayah coming out for any engage it might be on the enemy team. Yeah, as Rel comes out for Gank Sinatra, as you predicted.
We see a lot of comfort picks now with Diego for Mexico Pokedex and Rel and Wukong for Gank Sinatra, who all are like some of the most played champions of the players.
Yeah. Oh, also Mexico Pokedex taking on red side due to their loss because they get side selection, so they want that last pick for the top lane. Fair. Right. Ivan wanting to carry, I guess. All right. Wukong, Rel, Ash, very good engaged champions, and then we have a Xayah Brom to prevent those engages, and a Viego to just pick off anybody that is dumb enough to engage. A Vladimir ban on the side of Mexico Pokedex. They just hate me, I guess. They just hate a Vladimir player. Zareth ban coming out from Gank Sinatra. Ari Ben, good safe mid laner, pretty good blind pick as well. Oh no, Camille ban. All right. Yep, Camille ban coming out from Mexico Pokedex. Pretty good scaling top laner as well. One of the last ones they can actually ban and they'll pick. And Annie ban coming from Gank Sinatra. Okay. I mean, she is the queen, right? So.
Oh, the pusher himself with Mundo coming through.
Oh. Mundo? What is he Mundo? Oh, there we go. Wait, what? Oh, okay, sorry. My bad. I was watching the actual stream. All right, so we got Mundo and Rise being picked up for Gank Sinatra. Maybe, we don't know yet. Not yet locked in. They're just talking about the next pick, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right, Mundo gonna push a top lane. He's gonna do his job as Scion last game, just a bit more effectively. And Ornn as an answer to Mundo, pretty okay. Scale about even. You bully him in the early lane, just like most Mundo matchups. Don't know how much you can answer it in the late game though. I guess 82% max HP damage.
I feel
Should
like
be fine.
once Mundo hits his Warmox, he's just gonna take your towers, and there's nothing you can do as an Ornn.
It's fair. Yeah, they don't really have anybody that really does a lot of percent max HP damage there. Unless Ashe builds a Borg. And a Syndra coming out for the last mid lane pick. Syndra, very good scaler as well. Also prevents a lot of engages. Yeah, Gank Sinatra picking out an engage comp, and Mexico Pokedex just saying, nope, we don't want to get engaged on. And picking Xayah, Braum, Syndra. Goddamn.
I do feel Mexico Pokedex having the advantage from the draft.
Yeah, I feel that way as well.
They're just very, very safe in their combo. Like they have a lot of
pretty
tools.
Easy combo.
Yeah, they have a lot of tools to just not die and take the towers, take the kills.
Yep. No, they have an easy combo. I think they win on size as well. Unless that Ryze is a god. We'll see. Wukong scales a bit better than no, he doesn't actually. Wukong and Viego both scale pretty well, but Wukong can kill Viego before he gets a reset. Rel and Ashe, I don't know if I really like the pairing, especially not into Braum Zion. I'm really surprised that they didn't go for an Ashe Braum on the bot lane. That's just an oppressive lane to play into. Yeah, I don't know. I do favor Mexico Pokedex from the draft.
Okay.
Do they scale better? They scale about even, I think. Yeah, the Ornn makes it pretty much even. I mean, Ryze and Syndra are both very good late game carries. Mundo as well, very good in late game. Ornn as well. Xayah and Ashe, I do think Xayah has a bit of an advantage there. And Wukong and Viego, I think they both scale about equal. And Ren and Braum, just there for the CC. They do have a very, very good wombo combo though on the side of Gank Sinatra. Alright, no, do go ahead.
And whilst we wait for the next game, like this game to start, we might as well take a look at the last game again.
Nope, true.
Like, where do you think the game went wrong for Mexico Pokedex in game 2?
Well, in draft, first of all, I really don't like picking a scaling champion into a Smolder, right? That's just suicide, I think. But then even after that, when the Smolder got his first few kills without dying, right? I just thought the game was over already. In general, Smolder getting ahead early is just a difficult situation to deal with.
Even if you just leave away the draft, like in game 2, they just, like Gank Sinatra just got ahead quite early and snowballed quite hard, to be honest. They just didn't give him a break. Like from the team fights, they looked very comfortable and very, very decent in the team fights. Not as in game 1. They didn't split up for no reason again, and chose their targets correctly. So very good improvement.
So, yeah, I think. I mean, okay, I don't want to leave away draft because draft is so much of that. Picking a Jhin and a Victor, right? The two champions that, when behind, will not do much, right? And then losing those early game skirmishes, it just feels bad.
But I think if I had to choose one point where things went south, I would say it was the grub fight in game 2. Because Mexico Pokedex had a good idea. They just got disengaged by the puppy, like Dino being thrown away out of the pit. and they still got some grubs, but ultimately, I think lost 2 of their players against 1, and then like quite soon after that lost 2 again. So from there, they just started to snowball
Yeah,
heavily.
exactly.
Yeah, this fight here, like Dino being thrown away by the puppy, and Ivan doing a little bit of damage control, taking the grub, and securing
They get
2
both
grubs
trophies.
here. But from this situation, there's just nothing that they ultimately can do.
Yeah.
Like almost they're losing all of their players, like getting some of them out.
The Smolder Lilio was very good in this situation. Also, Smolder got so many stacks in that fight. It's yeah. No, the grub fight was the point where a lot of things turned. I think even before Smolder got a solo kill somewhere, if I remember correctly.
In lane,
Maybe.
or
Yeah, I think was it in lane? I'm not sure if it was in lane. I think he went boss or something. I don't remember.
and just know
But I'm pretty.
that the proxying sign helped Smolder a little bit to stack.
Yeah, true. He did get 2 shutdowns on him. Shutdowns, 2 takedowns on him. As maybe. Oh no, here are some. Yeah, this replay. There we go. This is where we went bot. The Drake fight. Yep. Flashing over the wall. Sorry, eating over the wall and then flashing for the kill. Yeah, there we go. Gives them feats of warfare as well. Yeah, just very unfortunate for the side of Mexico Pokedex. And very fortunate for the side of Gank Sinatra. On the flip side. But yeah, no, well played by Gank Sinatra. Just picking their fights correctly. Picking the right targets. Getting the right people ahead.
So, what do you expect to see in Game 3?
I expect it to be a relatively quiet early game. Right? We have scaling top, we have scaling mid. Bot lane's also. Yeah, another fight over on the bot side. Good ult by Lucian. Smolder coming in and just stacking everybody. I think he gets most of the kills here, right? Yeah, like flashing out and then just continuing to chase everybody down.
Like, unfortunate with the movement speed from the Melio, Smolder being able to catch up to Dino, who desperately tried to get away.
Yeah, and his karma was not stepping up to shield him as well. I just noticed that. Just wanting to get out. Fair. Here we see another fight. Oh, this is the Elder fight. Yeah, where the Poppy and the Emilio just hold them off.
We are in game.
Oh, in game. All right, let's see what happens. Nobody really with a lot of mastery points here. I guess okay. Svante and Walker. Walker being the highest on Rel. And I guess Viego also has quite. Yeah, Dino has a bit of mastery in that Viego. But yeah, Rel playing his favorite champion, I think. Walker playing his favorite champion. Against a pretty good dive comp. Sorry, pretty good anti-dive comp or disengage comp.
It is definitely
So
going to be interesting.
Yeah, probably also a 5-point defense once again. Oh no, there might be something funky going on here. Might be a little invade. Who knows? Nah, it's just a defense. Okay.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Yeah, nothing much. Nobody invading. No really invade champions this series, right? It's mostly just been scaling. Mundo dancing in the bush, using the correct skin as well. Very good. He's gonna call up some people to do business on his phone and drive around in a, I think it's a white car on that chroma.
It is definitely an expensive car.
Yeah, no
no matter what it is. Like, from this businessman, we can only expect the best.
True, very true.
But I am very curious to see how bot lane goes.
I do hope it goes well. Is the stream lagging a bit for you guys, or is it just me?
It is
Like
a little
bit
jittery from on my
yeah, a
side.
bit jittery, yeah.
I don't know if it's in the like only for us or in the stream as well.
Yeah, I'm watching the stream. Stream seems to be fine, honestly.
The stream is fine, then
Yeah, the
all's
stream's
good.
fine. It's just nothing. Okay, doesn't really matter all that much then. As we see Rel engaging with level 2, but Braum just walking away, respecting it. Yeah, as expected, bot side is just going to be scaling as well, pretty quiet. Mundo losing out on the trades early into the Ornn, understandable. Ornn's 10 max HP damage is just a bit absurd in the early game. A lot of people don't respect it. Yeah, look at that. Mundo half HP already. But he does go where he pleases then.
We can only hope that he's able to go where he pleases in the late game as well.
No, late game he's going to be fine. They do have quite a bit of CC though. But he'll be fine. He can just ult and run away. Syndra getting poked out by this Rise early levels. Not what I expected. But then again, it's not. Yeah, it's not really that difficult to EQ the wave. Viego getting spotted out by the Ashe E. By the little birdie. Rel just staying on a pony, having a bit of fun. As we see Mundo fighting for his life up top. Losing even more HP. Oh, it might be a kill here. Nope, just barely gets up. Alright.
But Mundo probably having to back there, not having the health to.
I mean, he does have
in
a
lane.
pot and a... Oh, getting dove by Shige as well. Mundo might be in trouble. Mundo is in trouble. Mundo goes down. First blood over to Shige on Gank Sinatra. As we see... Was that a teleport from Rise? No, it wasn't. As we see Rise fighting up in the mid lane. Viego had to cover for his mid laner. And Trico gets the stun. Viego flash stuns. And I do believe that Rise is a dead one. Yep. Good job. Good answer by the mid and jungle duo of Mexico Pokedex.
Both junglers getting the first kill of the game.
Yep. There's going to be a jungle-centered game, I guess. A bit favored for the Viego, because Viego is the primary carry, I think. Oh, not really, but it's like a really good carry to have. Good dodge on the roll. Ornn getting a bit more damage down on that Mundo. Mundo already at a point where he can kind of bully the Ornn. Shige, no, sorry, not Shige. Frigatito getting stunned by Rao over there, by Walker. Mundo getting caught up once again by the mid laner this time, and the mid lane getting a kill.
And very important
Probably...
for Gank Sinatra to keep the Mundo as small as possible, not giving him any break.
Yep.
Like once the Mundo gets big, he's just running everything down.
Probably giving up away for it as well. Mundo does have a white car. There we go. White and pink. Very good car. I think it's a 2024 make, right? Oh, Frolics taking 2 tower shots there. 3? Wait, no. Yeah, 3 tower shots. Almost dying. Mundo could kill him if he decides to leave this wave, but he probably won't. As we see people setting up for the Drake. Dino scanning about. Shige on his way. Shige going back, actually, looking for that mid gank. Syndra does have that Kiwi if she really needs it. As Dido just starts up Drake, and they have no vision of him. Wow, that's a pretty good steal. With no bot prio as well. He just gets it.
It was quite good timing from Dino. Like he started Drake at the moment where Gank Sinatra wanted to back.
Yep.
Was not too cautious about it.
And the question mark pinging him as well. As Dino and Shige will probably fight for the scuttle. Oh, Dino wisely puts down a ward into that bush. As we see a 3v3, 4v3 happen into the mid lane. 4v4 now. Dino getting a reset. This might be very good for the side of Mexico Pokedex. Yeah, 2 kills down. Dino getting a kill. Oh, getting interrupted by the Dawn. Triple kill for Dino. Maybe another one? No, or they just leave it and get the Scuttle Crab. Amazing gameplay by Dino. Just getting everything. Frolics continuing to fight for some reason, even though he knows it's a 3v2, 3v1. Trying to stop the back, not succeeding. Dino just out of range. Yeah, as we see the replay here, Syndra QE stuns both. No, just one person here. Oats, Frolly getting then taken down by Dino. Dino getting a reset, and at that point it's just Viego's game to carry. Getting stomped in that Wukong E by the Ornn knockup. Sadly, Shige, not Shige, Rel went down low, so she could alter and get another reset, and the fight was just over from that point on. As we see Mundo pushing in once again. Not really losing too much HP. Yeah, especially with that ult.
He might actually... No, no, he's not going for a dive there. Would have been a high-risk play.
Very high-risk play, especially with that Ornn CC. And you don't even know if the Ornn ult is up or not. As you see Dino doing the grubs, I'd imagine right now. And a bot fight coming out. Frigatito taking a little bit of poke. But I do believe that Brom can just keep him alive. He also has ult. So he's probably fine. Yep, Void Grub's going over to the team of Mexico Pokedex, as is the first Drake. Almost getting feats. One more Drake and or objective, and they get feats. Viego in a bit of a precarious position as Rise tries to collapse in on him, but he just presses E and goes away. Oh, that was a close one. Almost might have done that. QE from Viego. Viego almost killing that Wukong. Interesting ults by the Syndra. To almost kill the clone, but he didn't get it. As bot lane from the side of Mexico Pokedex, respecting that Vante and I think it's Walker, yeah. Oh, Ornn and Mundo just fist fighting it up in the top lane again. Mundo is almost at his item, that being the Warmogs. But yeah, I do think Gank Sinatra does have to watch out for this Viego. 4-0, already has a Kraken Slayer. Will probably go full crit. He'll just burst down as like the first person he sees in the team fight, and then reset City from there onwards. Oh, as we get a replay of the missed ult by Trico, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of a skirmish, and then Trico decides to ult the clone, sadly. But nothing comes of it. Oh, as we see another fight happening in the mid lane, or in the mid lane jungle.
Frigatito's still being on the bot lane.
Yeah, still hasn't reset. Does still have ult, so I guess that's why. Ult, barrier, and flash. Just has to react in the right time. Mid lane being a bit skirmishy as well. As Frigatito has no mana for the ult, actually.
I do believe they could potentially dive him there. Is Frigatito also backing?
Oh, W cancel on that Mudkip. Mudkip might have to stay now. Just soak up XP under the tower. Might get those, but it is a Brom, so a bit unlikely. Mundo bullying the sword. Yeah, at the point of the game where Mundo starts being better. Soon-ish, we will be able to put our sunglasses on and start playing the push 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 song. Oh, missing his E execute there. Not pushing the wave in one hit. Unfortunate. Has to hit the wave like every other person. All right, as we see, Mexico Pokedex setting up for that Drake on the bot side. The bot lane of Gank Sinatra having gone back, giving up that Drake for free basically. As the second drink goes over to Mexico Pokedex, and with that, I think feats as well. I do believe. Is that feats? Oh! As we see, Ornn killing Frankenspoon as Ivan. On the top side, and Braum engaging, amazing engage by Braum and Zaya. There we go. I took a while for me to remember that. I want to say Kai'Sa. Braum and Zaya picking up the kill on Sventa in the bot side.
Yeah, unfortunate for Ivan, like being a bit too confident before he has his very big spike with Warmox.
A slight bit too greedy, but you know that is the nature of playing winner. Gotta be greedy when you can be. Zaya pushing out the bot turret, getting a few platings here now. What did he get stunned by? Oh, Ash Arrow came on mid lane. Oh, good flash. Good flashes all around to dodge everything. Dino might be in trouble here, dodging the Wukong ult by a hair's breadth. And ultimately nothing coming out of that Ash Arrow on mid lane. But good try by Gank Sinatra. Yeah, as things calm down a bit. Probably going to be a Herald fight in a bit. Shige going up on top of Ivan. Ivan just being the tanky boy he is and just saying, nope, yeah, you can't do anything to me. Oh, as I might eat my words. Yeah, as he gets collapsed on by 4 people and gets taken out. I don't think he had ult there. Yeah, he didn't have ulti. Wukong playing a little bit with fire over there. Trying to bait the Dino W stun, sorry. As they decide to back off on top side and maybe give the Herald in a bit, although they'll be out before it's taunt, so it's probably fine. Dino invading, taking over his opponent's jungle, sorry. And blue buff as well. Shige there to steal it away, he got it, but he's in a bit of a precarious situation now because Dino and Dino and Braum are there to keep him away from his jungle. Dino getting a reset, fighting into 5 people now. Will he be able to kill the Rise? He will, and he gets a reset and he probably gets out now. Oh my god, yeah, Dino is very fed right now.
My god, like Dino being a menace, like 6 kills so far. He is a force to be reckoned with.
6-0 going for... is that Starix the next item? I'm not sure. Starix or Spirit Surgeon. Although Spirit Surgeon is not really that good in Diego.
Like in this fight, a couple of close situations where they like almost kill him.
Yeah, like look at this. 1 auto attack away, but he just gets reset. Just barely. And then just takes down everybody.
But also beautifully executed team fights. Like the whole team just moved up, got the advantage. Like once Dino actually started to reset.
Yeah, I mean the entire team comp is kind of just made to get a reset, right? Especially with Syndra, right? You can just burst down one person, have Viego maybe Q him or something, and then you just get a reset immediately. As Mundo's turret is almost destroyed. Interesting situation.
But he has his Warmox now.
He does.
So the relaxing music can't stop. We can start pushing on the top lane.
Sunglasses are on. Push music started.
Yeah, Ivan probably trying to make Alois proud.
Yeah, Alois being very happy right now, I think. Even though it's a 0 in full Mundo, it's fine. The real game starts now. As we see Zaya and Ash changing mid lane prio. Oh, sorry, mid lane waves. Swanta into Brigatito on respective picks. It looks like red side might be giving up this Drake. But then again, Dino is moving down. Trico is
I don't think
there. on that
I don't
Syndra.
think that Mexico Pokedex will try to evade fights if Dino is near, because he is currently a huge menace.
Sprigatito getting engaged on. Dino getting engaged on by the Ornn, the one person on the enemy team that actually can die in a few hits. Ornn ulting over there. Barely getting the ult back up, but Braum stopping it. Braum was a very good pick into Ornn. Oh, sorry, Ornn was a... Right, Ornn got picked into Braum. Anyway, a big team fight happening. Braum ult out. As not really much happens out of those ultimate abilities. Rise just trying to bully this Mundo. Mundo not taking any damage. As Viego looking for a little pick to get a reset maybe. Syndra on Trico moving down bot. Shige might engage on the enemies here. Oh, as an amazing engage comes down from the Rel. Killing, I believe.
Dino fell.
Viego. Yeah, Dino fell. As now it's a 4v3. And the Syndra might also fall. A good W by the Ashe. Swanta being a very annoying character right now, just preventing them all from backing. Ivan deciding to stay because he has that Warmogs, can just walk up again, heal up everything, and go back.
Well, a very close fight until the point where Dino fell. Like, so much damage for Mexico Pokedex just disappeared in the fight, and everyone decided to try to get away.
Yep. Oh, Viego went, what's it called? Titanic Hydra. Yeah, good reset ability. Can proc your combo a lot faster with that. Oh, as Trico in a bit of a precarious position, fighting 1v3. Viego, okay, we're just 50-15 the smites. Oh, no we're not. Amazing Ornn would come out to force that Viego to go back. Ornn and Braum falling down to the combined power of Gank Sinatra. And overall, just a winning fight for Gank Sinatra. I mean, they do have a very good wombo combo with Ornn, Rel, and Wukong, right? Just everybody ults in, everybody gets knocked up, thrown around, and knocked up again. Like, honestly, easy to execute, right? But they do have to be careful around this Syndra and Viego, because one reset and that Viego is gonna take over the game, I think. Or at least a team fight. As Herald goes over to the side of Gank Sinatra as well. Okay. Well, Gank Sinatra fighting back, not letting that Fed Viego get in the way. As we see the replay of the fight. Yeah, Trico a bit out of position there. Not able to prevent too many engages on top of that on a team. Ornn and Mundo fighting for their lives. Viego having to ult out due to... Sorry, Ornn and Mundo. Braum and Mundo fighting for lives. As we see another fight happening in the mid lane. An overstep from the ADC of Mexico Pokedex and the support as well. I guess greeting for the tower. I don't know if that's worth it, giving up 2 lives for a tier 1.
Gank Sinatra just looking very confident. They know what targets they have to actually go for. Like, just shutting down Dino, taking him out of the fight, then they win.
Yeah, preventing
and Mexico Pokedex also having a bit of the same problems that they took advantage of in the first game. Like with them splitting up not too optimally during team fights and leaving a 4v2 situation for a dragon fight for Gank Sinatra to take advantage of.
Indeed. Bit of miscommunication there. As Viego trying to poke out or sniff out a lot of things. Oh, almost stopping that back. It's almost the entire... Yeah, everybody on the side of Gank Sinatra is on top side right now, apart from Ornn. Slowly moving bot now. Okay, yeah, Dino getting a bit of poke by Walker. As we see a ult almost hit Dino, and just barely missing. Ornn being a massive wall here for the team of Gank Sinatra to prevent anybody from getting there. Oh, as we see an engage on top of that, was it Rise? It was the Rise. He goes down. Viego gets a reset. This will be a very important fight for the enemy. As maybe... Oh, okay. Dino does fall down eventually, but almost taking the ADC with him. Ashe having to go out of that fight, and now there's a 4v3 fight happening in the bot side jungle. Mudkip taking the little help through, but overall, just a 1-for-1. Yeah, a big fight, but not really much happened there. Yeah, as we see the Ashe arrow missing, Ornn standing there to prevent Viego from going back in and stealing the red cap. And then Ryze overstepping, being away from his team, and everybody collapsing on top of him. Good Ornn ult to keep the Xayah away. Missing as well the second cast of it. Dino going over the wall, trying to kill the Ryze. Getting the Ryze kill. Almost getting the Ashe kill as well. Almost on a reset. And Mundo finally walking up a bit late to the fight. I'm surprised that Q didn't hit the Rel on the Mundo. But overall, yeah, just a slightly winning fight for Gank Sinatra, I think. Just because they do manage to take down that Viego.
It was a very good...
Yeah.
It was a very good try by Mexico Pokedex, but sadly, again, like once Dino moved a little bit too far away from the team, like the 3v1 that he had to fight was kind of unwinnable.
Yeah. Very fair. I mean, just he was in the same position that Ryze is in, right? Ryze flashed over the wall, then he had to follow him because I wanted to kill him, and then he was in a 3v1 by himself. He got lucky that Ryze had, what's it called? Archangels. Oh, as we see Viego engaging top of that Ornn, doing a massive amounts of damage. Getting ulted by Wukong and everybody else. Oh, this is the wombo combo I was talking about. Like, I don't think they can survive that wombo combo. Syndra is still doing massive amounts of damage there. As we see only one person from the side, okay, 2 people from the side of Mexico Pokedex losing their lives, and the dragon once again going over to Gank Sinatra. Yeah, I think Mexico Pokedex has a bit of a harder comp to play because it's a pick comp, right?
Yeah. I mean, they try to execute it well, but sort of every time they go for a pick, they are even in numbers or sometimes like have less people in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, props to Gank Sinatra. They're just always playing with the team, right? Teleporting in when there's a trouble brewing. And I think the Sardakan might be going to Gank Sinatra as well. No real contest from the side of Mexico Pokedex. Although I am saying that Viego is on his way, but he will be very late. And Frankenstein, or Ivan, just clearing out the bot side. Yeah, Ornn once again being that living, breathing wall, not letting anybody through. Teleport from Ivan, bit late to contest that Atakan. But I guess they're going for the chase. And maybe a fight brewing out. Dino stealing away that Gromp. As teleport back from Syndra, as Ryze still gets the tower. Does Syndra win that fight? I don't think Syndra wins that fight. Yep. Syndra just getting burst down by Ryze. Well played.
Level 16 Ryze is just a menace. His damage is through the roof now.
100% more damage than those crits on E. As we see a fight break out on bot side. 4v4. 5v4 actually right now. Almost got the reset for Viego. Sadly, the entire team... Sorry, it was a 4v4. As Ryze is still pushing topside. And Ornn is teleporting topside. Maybe they can end... No, they're taking the inhibitors. They might be able to end, though Trico is up in 4 seconds. But we did see what Frody did to Trico, 60 seconds ago?
I feel like trying to end here is a bit ambitious.
Yeah. No Baron, no nothing. Just taking most of those. So the tattoos. Top tier 1 still standing though. Mundo doing his job, maybe.
But they are in a very good position now to try and go for Baron. And close the game down with it.
Ornn 7-0-9 right now. Yeah, here's the fight again. So Viego does get 1 reset. Sully does get taken down by the Ornn. Yeah, Ornn is massive right now, as Ash is just gliding on everybody in the top side fight to get a bit of LCC. Probably just walking up to this tower and taking it out. My god. Yeah, I mean, this is a tough game to play now. This is, what, a 6k gold lead? Oh, as I say that, a 4v4 fight, no. A 4v3 fight breaking out in the topside jungle. Probably in favor of Gank Sinatra, but they did decide to back off. Dino once again walking up, getting engaged on by 3 people of the enemy team. Wukong ult is out. As both teams just decide to back off. No, Gank Sinatra wants a bit more. They see everybody now. Rise coming in as well. I think that Ornn is just pretty much unkillable right now. Mundo taking a lot of damage, but he saw his ult. Oh, no, just being popped down. Ornn ult happening. Braum denying that Ornn ult. Braum, amazing Rel ult coming out. And Viego and Xayah just running away from the lines. Dino falling down. Sprigatito almost following. Yep, there he is. And I do believe that's just game. Well,
I mean, the bot wave, with the bot wave collapsing, they have a wave to push the towers, and it's gotta be the end of this series.
That was a pretty... All 3 games were pretty fast, right? But
This
yeah,
one, I feel like this was the fastest one.
Yeah, 28 minutes is probably the fastest one. But yeah, damn, like, just Ornn being unkillable and Viego not going to crit build. Yeah,
Beautiful last fight.
Amazing engage by the Rel though, at the end. Yeah. Straight up, winning, I guess. Yeah. I mean, they picked a pretty good brawl camp, right? They had an amazing 5v5. And props to them, they almost always had 5 or 4 members in a team fight, right?
Like,
props to Gank Sinatra, sorry.
Yeah, Gank Sinatra just matched them very good. Like, Mexico Pokedex had to try to go for some sort of pick, or like find someone, and every time they tried to, they had even numbers on the right position, and were able to take the fight head on.
Just well played by Gank Sinatra to never have anybody like left out. That's wonderful. I think the only one that saw split pushing was either the Ornn or the Rise, and both of those can just run away if they need to, right? But yeah, props to Gank Sinatra on winning that game. Unlucky for Dino. Yeah, Dino did try his best. Dino was very well into the game. I think 6-0 at some point. Or 6-1. Trico buying 4 cloth armors at the very end. To make the stats look amazing. But yeah, look at that Ornn damage. I mean, yeah, you're constantly fighting into that Mundo, and Mundo has a lot of max HP. Fair. Gold, yeah, Rise on that. Rise was very far ahead. Vision, Walker beating out Mudkip once again. 5 cloth hammers? What do you mean? Sorry, 5 cloth hammers. There we go. 5 cloth hammers on the Trico. For the end there. The best Syndra build, honestly. Alright. But yeah, just a team fight comp diff, I guess. Mexico Pokedex had to find some picks on the sides. They couldn't do it. Gank Sinatra just defended them so well. And that was all there was to it. They don't really scale all that much better.
I mean, I also quite liked how Gank Sinatra just kept the Mundo as small as possible. Like, they invested a little bit into it. I think Folix got an early kill on Mundo as well. And Frolly also, like, I think it was around minutes 8, 9, where he moved up and also like
he
to kill him.
the wave just to go top and then put that Mundo behind again.
Yeah, so Mundo never being able to show his prowess and actually just push through the towers, the waves. That was quite a big hit for Mexico Pokedex in this game.
All right. Well, we will be heading off to interviews, and we will be doing some MVP votes after that. But if anybody wants to, there is a Twitch game. There is a game being streamed on Twitch right now. I believe in the upper bracket, or maybe it's lower bracket. I'm not quite sure right now. Let me just find it. Yeah, so if you go to lower bracket game between Divas Never Die and Nasus Esports, or Dog if you'd like to call them that, going on right now. I would imagine it's a very big banger. You should go check it out. But as for us, I think we're gonna go ahead and invite somebody who might be willing to speak to us about these games. If I can actually click on the right things, holy moly. Yeah. So let's see. If Shige or Ivan want to talk with us, give me a second. I'll just go to Ivan. Oh, Shige, wait, give me a second. Try Gignox. Lower. Yeah, it's lower. Wait, where is Shige? Wait a second. Try Gignox. I think that's the top one. Does want to talk? Yeah, only if they want to. If nobody wants to talk, it's fine. We'll just continue and go down to the level. Okay. Oh, she gets to make food. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. True. Not expecting to be ganked by Gank Sinatra is honestly insane. Maybe does Ivan want to do an interview? I guess. Mr. Ivan. Wait, let me. True. Anybody else want to join? Like, I'm down. It doesn't have to be a captain, right? I'm down to talk to anybody. Walkout Frolly. All right. Wait. Give me a second. It is Frolly and BTC carry out. Wait, where are they going? There we go.
Hello?
Hello.
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 All right, welcome to the amazing interview time. Yeah.
Thank
So, how are you feeling? How is it after the win against Mexico Pokedex?
Well, I'll let Walker talk first.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, feels good. I mean, we started off game one pretty well, and then we misplayed a couple of fights, and we did very well to regain. No, like our vibes, I feel like are always like pretty good. We always do well to recover. We actually flipped it this time and won. We lost game one and actually won game two, so that was a bit surprising. And then yeah, we played our fights really well, so I'm quite happy.
Oh yeah. I mean, you were team fighting the hell out of the enemy team at some points in those 3 games. But yeah. All right. Frolly, who do you think is gonna or was like the best player out of everybody on your team this series?
On my team,
Yeah, on your team. Yes.
I'm gonna sound like such an ego.
He's gonna say himself.
Yeah, it's me, bro.
It's you. That's.
My go.
I mean, it was a very
Honestly-
good. It was a very
honestly
very
fair.
good game from you, to be honest.
Thank you. No, but no.
Well-
Okay. All jokes aside, I think it's not about an individual in my team. It's just like the synergy is so good, the communication is so good. If you would put me in a different team, I would not perform as good as I would perform in this team. Like it's just literally the synergy. So I could not pinpoint. Of course, yeah. Like you could look at damage, you could look at CS or this or that for to like maybe pinpoint an MVP. But I am so glad I'm a part of this team, and I have never really had such an experience in a team like this.
Fair.
He's been awesome.
Very nice of you. Yeah, you guys did play those team fights very well. Almost always on the same side, apart from that a few times in game one, I think.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
what would
damn.
you say is the biggest thing you changed from game one?
We didn't go for AD.
Yeah, we drafted AP.
Yeah, that was a good idea. Yeah.
That is an improvement, yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit of miscommunication. We were
Yeah.
supposed to pick Lilia game one.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Game two. What did we do? Honest. Well, I feel like we just realized that our best playstyle is like Frody on just like scaling champions. But then it turns out he's already scaled on like his Smolder and his Rise for like 20 minutes, and then it's like, oh, we just gotta like play the fights like kind of okay, and we win. Like
Yeah.
and also our bot lane we're so bad at playing like AFK lanes. Like we're so much better at playing lanes that can just like run you down. And Lucian Medio shows that.
Yeah. Lucian really was pretty good. That Lucian like game two was very, very powerful. Like he almost did his most. I think he did more damage than Frolly on the smaller. Not quite sure.
Now it was 2k difference. Frody had a bit more, but yeah,
Yeah.
The Lucian. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The guy, has me sweating a bit with some of his dashes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Likes to make me work for it, but yeah, he's pretty deadly on that champion. He's very good.
Is there something specific that you changed about the way you approach team fights from game one to game two and three? Because like I feel like the way like game one went south was the team fights with the splitting up and just not having the best target selection.
I think it helps that on their like our target selection is like we didn't really need to do it because it was done for us. Like it was pretty clear. Their best players, their jungler, all the kills are on their jungler. It's like, okay, guys, if their jungler's out of the fight or dead, like we win every single fight. Like they kind of did it for us because their jungler is a really good player.
I mean, not gonna lie, we did like base our entire strategy on shutting the jungler down.
Yeah.
Like
Very fair.
literally.
Yeah, if
Very
it works,
nice
it works.
Yeah, Dino was a beast, honestly.
I mean, of
But
course, if they
yeah.
have a talented player like that, like we have to respect it.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah.
Which he did play very well, but I think we were we focused him so hard that it actually worked.
I mean, the scaling Smolder with 5 kills in I think 10 minutes or so was 12 was pretty good at that. Yeah.
Man, I love Smolder.
I think it was at one point, like 15 minutes into our game, our AD carry was like, "Wait, Smolder's 5. When did Smolder get 5 kills? What's going on?"
I also
it's
had
like-
my Elder at 1930.
It's the same every time we play Rise. It's like we're like chilling, and then it gets to like 20 minutes, and then like he pings his items and he pings his level, and he's like level 16 or whatever, with a fully stacked Seraphs and Roa, and we're like, oh, okay, fair enough. Same thing with Smolder. Every time, like, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So you're telling me he's a scaling master?
Yeah, so contrary to popular belief, I think his best champs in this tournament have not been Kiana, as some
hell
people
no.
might tell you. Yeah, he's a lot better on a lot of different champions, as we've come to find out.
Oh yeah, the Kiana was a bit shut down by that Mel.
Well, like to be totally honest, it was just so with the Kiana game. I mean, in the beginning it went well.
Yeah, you
I
got
went
the kills I
Conqueror
think at
as
the
well
start.
because they were a little bit more tanky, which I would also do in solo queue. But it's just the second they got items, they had so much armor that I was just healing them.
I mean, I wouldn't say
it's
healing,
a little
but
bit
yeah.
a mix of like also Mel like kind of really shits on me in lane. Also the rest of their champs like Vi and stuff. But I mean, it's not super bad, but it's just the armor stacking that it was unplayable. I felt so useless.
Yeah, that draft was a bit hard. Taking no AP. And you and your Kai'Sa going like, what is that? Oh, no, she did try to go AP. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but it was not
the first
enough, like, to be honest.
Yeah, no, but the first items weren't really AP. Yeah, fair.
I think I pressed tab in a team fight where we were like trying to fight them, and someone said, "Oh, they're just not dying," and I pressed tab, and I was like, "Well, like we do actually have no AP yet, guys." So, yeah.
We will not make that mistake again. Don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not.
I mean, yeah, literally pick game 2 was pretty good, especially against the 2 tanks. And then I think game 3, yeah, you just had a rise that just scaled. Yeah, you scaled so very fast. You're level 17, and the second highest player in that game is level 15, by the way. Trolling.
That's just a standard rise game from our team. I swear, honestly.
Okay,
Yeah, I
fair
don't know,
enough.
man. I don't even know how I just played the game.
Just take waves and scale. Goddamn. Roa OP, I guess.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, actually, yeah. It's just on Rise, you want to hit level 16 as fast as possible because then you have the 100% bonus E damage.
Yeah,
And the second, usually when you hit level 16, that you also have Rabadons. At least I do. And bro, then suddenly you recall, you come back and you do triple the damage. It's crazy.
yeah, fair. I think that Syndra wasn't expecting it. I think I saw Syndra teleport up to defend a top tier 2, and you just like Q'd her twice and she died.
The bot tier 2, yeah.
Yeah. That was
mean, yeah.
kind of crazy. But yeah, no, overall, very well played from you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out to
Do
my
I
team.
have?
Also, shout out to the
Yeah.
enemy. They played very well. I can't lie. Like, it were not stumps. All the games were like 30 minutes-ish, and they were all like interesting. Like, I have props
Yeah.
to everyone.
If
I mean,
you
I
would
did-
have to say like who's the best opponent from the series, who would you choose?
It's the
And
jungle.
yeah, it has to be
Yeah,
the
like
jungler.
that's.
I know.
I don't
Okay.
think that's a question.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's very good in his champions in the he fights very well. Like the game 3, the start of it was very frustrating because the amount
Yeah,
of
we
times
were
he snuck
we-
away on 1 HP was god.
we were
Yeah.
sweating when he got for 4
Yeah.
kills. We were already like, is this like one of his better champs?
Yeah, no, it was
So it's
dangerous.
definitely him.
Like 6-1 at some point.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, you don't want to know how much we screamed, Focus Viego, Focus Viego!
Every single comm for like the last 20 minutes was just all about Viego. It was like, okay, if we can hit this Asher on Viego, okay, we just one-shot him, guys. Every single time I was going in screaming Viego.
Yeah, and then we hear our ADC scream, I missed! Like over and over again.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh no. I mean, to be fair, he did play that quite well. You had a wombo combo of a team fight, like game 3. You have Ornn, you have Rel, you have Wukong, just amazing, actually.
Like we didn't even like think like we just started drafting and like we were like okay B1 Ash and then my AD like we knew I had Rel open and we were like okay Rel and then Sheikah just goes I'm just gonna go Wukong here and we were like oh my god our draft is so good and then our top laner goes okay yeah I'm gonna go on and then it's like holy fuck guys we have like the best team fight ever this is crazy and then we just have a Rise just like doing Doinby things so. Like, yeah, it was the cherry on the top.
Very fair, totally. Yeah, I'm surprised they picked that Mundo as a first pick. Didn't from that last pick.
Wait, no.
No?
That makes, wait, actually, no.
Yeah, they didn't.
I knew we were going Rise. They should have gone mid on R4
Yeah.
because we're going Rise anyway. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I am confused where they did the Mundo 1-4 actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but yeah.
Like,
It's a very good game. I enjoyed it.
yeah, well, yeah, you did win. I'd imagine you enjoyed it. It was a pretty good, pretty good stump. 28 minutes is kind of a stump. I don't know. The yelling was a bit sweaty then.
I mean, we did lose the early game, so I wouldn't say it's a complete stump.
I mean, your stats are not indicative of you winning the game. You have what? No, sorry. No, they are. Never mind. I was looking at the enemy team stats. My bad. Okay. Well, yeah. Do I have any more questions for you guys? Or do we like leave? What's the consensus on that, Twinkie?
You do want to know my social security number?
Yes, I do
I
want
mean,
to know
if you don't mind sharing it, then sure.
Please. The entirety of the stream would be delighted to hear it.
BG, I'm not American.
Shit.
But well, thank you for the interview and for the insight.
No, thank you for having us.
It was very kind of you to come up here. Very good games, very fun games. Good to watch as well. A lot of ups and downs.
I hope it was entertaining.
Yep. All right. And I think we're going to go watch the lower bracket series that's happening right now over on Twitch. No? Yeah,
Okay.
Big.
big.
Well, good luck to the teams that are playing today.
Wait. Yeah, I think it's Diva. Diva's Never Die and Nasus Esports is playing right now.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's the big boys of the lower bracket.
holy. All right.
That should be interesting.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna be watching that. All right. Yeah, that was it. Thank you for watching, guys. Stream, and we'll see you over on the Twitch channel.